All right, welcome everyone to Forest Acres, South Carolina. It is day 2 of the Forest Acres Classic live on Definite Fiction. We are here after a wild day of baseball yesterday, one of the best days of baseball I've potentially ever seen. All 4 games delivered yesterday, including both of these games. It is Dorman and River Bluff here for game number 5 of the Forest Acres Classic. Dorman had a opening game that did not go their way. T.C. Robertson jumped out on the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers started the comeback bid, but couldn't get close enough to really have a puncher's chance in the end. They lost by 4. River Bluff, on the other hand, had a heartbreaker yesterday against the Eagles of Airport. A go-ahead grand slam in the third game. It was the 7th inning by Ab Wilkerson. Airport tied it in the 7th and won it in the 8th after a pass ball. It was a great day of baseball, and of course both these teams now in search of their first win of the Forest Acres Classic. You know, we talk here on Definite Fiction. It's just a bunch of talent. I think Dylan said it best yesterday when he was on air during the beginning of that River Bluff game. There's no easy side. There is 8 teams here who all are state championship contenders, and it is truly awesome to watch from my end, and I'm sure if everyone else is here. So yeah, no one's out of it quite yet. There's still a chance to play on Thursday for a championship, but you need some help, and you gotta win today. The loser's done. The winner will need some help. We'll find out how that works later. Let's go through our starting lineups real quick. Well, I may give Montague a chance to do the national anthem, and we'll be right back here. National anthem, and then I'll go through the starting lineups as everyone gets warm. Dorman, the whole team. River Bluff, the visiting team today. It's Ray Kastner versus Christian Musselwhite, an all-time pitching matchup here at the Classic. We'll step away for the national anthem real quick. Gators, Cavaliers.
And with everyone in attendance, please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, let's have a day 2. Of course, if you're familiar with the stream, music on in the background, unfortunately, but don't worry, you'll hear me talk. It's the Gators of River Bluff from Lexington, South Carolina, versus the Cavaliers of Dorman from Roebuck, South Carolina, all the way near Spartanburg. This should be another heavyweight fight between 2 of the top teams in 5A. Dorman comes in as the best team in the state, according to pretty much every publication you're going to look at. River Bluff is having one of the seasons I'm going to say I called for everyone. Of course, this team is senior-led and uber-talented. The 11-4 Gators, they came in at 14th in the baseball power rankings yesterday, and one of the top teams in 5A Division I. That's going to be a team to watch going down the stretch, and, well, let's just say I'm ready to see what they have in store for us today. They had a phenomenal game yesterday, and we cannot wait, at least I cannot wait, to see how they rebound today. Of course, you don't get any easier. It's the Cavaliers of Dorman. Let's go around the lineup and talk about the best team in the state for a second. Christian Musselwhite, he's on the hill. Behind the dish, Bryson Davis at first, Braylon Dean second, Palmer Hornick. Short is States Farr at third, Austin Rath. In left, Jamison Kimbrell. Center, Luke Thompson. In right field, Carter Nash. The DH is Logan McGarity, who's thrived in that role this season for Dorman. They're going to rebound after their only second loss of the season. And they take on a very game River Bluff Gators squad. Let's look at the starting lineup. Leading off, at catcher, Banks Alexander. Batting second, the first baseman, Dom Norton. Batting third, the designated hitter, Sam Turner. Cleaning up, the shortstop, Walker Godwin. At third, Mason Iser batting fifth. Batting sixth, in right field, Mac Rain. Seventh, the center fielder, Ashley Powell. Batting eighth, the second baseman, the hero of yesterday, Ab Wilkerson. Batting ninth, Andrew Lai. He's in left field. And on the hill is Ray Kastner. We'll talk a lot more about Ray Kastner when he goes out to the hill. But a quick answer, he's been perfect on the season for the Gators. However, Christian Musselwhite has been nearly perfect as well. Only 4 earned runs given up over 16 in the third innings pitched. 1.71 ERA. He got the win in game 1 against Burns last week for these Cavaliers. 22 strikeouts compared to 7 walks. One of the top right-handed pitching prospects in this junior class. Well, the last time we saw these two teams, it was in Game 3 of the Forest Acres, or Day 3 of the Forest Acres Classic 2 seasons ago. The Gators were in prime for a championship appearance, or we thought so before the Cavaliers jumped all over them. 6-1 victory for Dorman. River Bluff got their revenge 2 weeks later, an 8-1 victory for the Gators. So these two teams split in 2024, none in 2025, and now we're here in 2026. First pitch on the way. Right on right is pumped foul, a fastball from Musselwhite to Alexander. Banks had a 1-for-4 day yesterday. 1 RBI and a strikeout and a walk. The right-handed Musselwhite comes home, the 0-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2 on the outside edge. It was a thriller yesterday for the Gators. Heartbreaking fashion, unfortunately. 8-9 loss to Airport. River Bluff now 11-14 on the season. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Gator team in search of their first championship since 2023 when they won it with that stacked team. Walker Mitchell, Bo Hollins, Thomas Powell is the 1-2. Is shot foul to left side. He'll stay out of play. Dorman, on the other hand, looking for their first state championship since 2018. Dorman in their white pinstripes today. River Bluff in their green on whites. The 1 and 2 is going to be wide. A fastball in the dirt. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody gone here to the leadoff man. And game number 5 of the Forest Acres Classic. Of course, Dorman brings the radio team every year. Sure, they do a great job. It's the 2-2. Fastball got him looking. Strike 3. 88-mile-per-hour heater on the outside edge. Catches Alexander, or window watching.
Stepping to the plate, first baseman, number 7, Dominic Norton.
Now it's Dom Norton up. Norton had a nice game yesterday. 3-for-4 with a homer. That homer yesterday in the 6th inning cut the lead at that point to 1. The left-hander awaits the first pitch. Fastball called. Strike 1. Paints the lower outside part of the zone. Pitch must have just caught the lower outside part of the plate. Here against Norton. The southpaw waits the 0-1. Breaking ball stays wide. Ball 1. Norton coming in hitting .324 this season. A homer and 7 RBIs. The CIU commit. Will be staying locally here next year in the Midlands. The 1-1 is popped into the air. Shallow left field. Coming on is Kimbrell, the left fielder, who loses his cap, but makes the one-handed running grab for out number 2. That brings up Sam Turner. He's a fan favorite here among the Falcon faithful. Turner played with a lot of those kids growing up. Now the senior coming off a 1-for-5 day will look to start off a 2-out rally here. That was a story in Dorman's game yesterday. First pitch to the southpaw's called, strike 1. Looked like a 2-seamer paints the outside part of the plate. The 0-1. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Dorman surrendered a lot of 2-out rally hits, as well as had some of their own yesterday. River Bluff and Airport were just hitting pretty much any time they got the chance to, so a little different on that end. The 1-1. Swung through and missed, breaking ball in the dirt. It's 1-2. Musselwhite taking his time. The junior Only had 7.2 innings last season on the hill. Already at 16 innings this year. The 1-2. Change up low in the dirt. Good eye from Turner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the opening frame. Scoreless so far. River Bluff trying to set the table for the cleanup hitter, Walker Godwin. 2's on the way. Fastball high and in. Ball 3. Be the first full count here in day number 2 of the Forest Acres Classic. The payoff. It's a fastball. That one's carved into left center field. Coming on is Kimbrell. The left fielder has it. He'll make the one-handed grab for a 1-2-3 inning. Well, the Gators go 3 up, 3 down. Something that didn't happen a lot yesterday. It'll be Ray Kastner coming on for River Bluff, as we're going to put some music on in the background, and we're going to talk about a couple of the lineups yet again. I'd usually do this between the first inning. So let's rock and roll around the River Bluff diamond here. On the hill, it's Ray Kastner. Behind the dish, Banks Alexander. First, Dom Norton. Second, Ab Wilkerson. Short, Walker Godwin. Playing third, Mason Iser in left. Andrew Rye, Ashley Powell in center, and Mac Raines in right. That is your River Bluff lineup. Let's go down the Dorman lineup. States Farr leads it off, batting second, Luke Thompson. Third, Palmer Hornick. Cleanup duty is Braylon Dean. Batting fifth, Bryson Davis. Sixth, Austin Rath. Seventh, Logan McGarity. Eighth, Carter Nash. And ninth, Jamison Kim Burrell. So Ray Kastner will get the start today, making his now 5th start of the season. He is 4-0, has now making his 7th appearance. He has accumulated 1 save on the season. He has 19 innings pitched, and the big one for Kastner, the 0 in the earned runs column. Now this will easily be his toughest task of the season so far. Dorman, one of the most talented lineups, if not the most talented lineup in the state. This Cavalier squad stacked from top to bottom. A bunch of D1 commits, including States Farr and Palmer Hornick. The southpaw for Kastner, we've seen him a couple times here on Definite Fiction. Last season, had 12 starts, a 5-3 record with a 3.28 ERA. He'll be going to USC Lancaster next year. And he will get a talented Dorman lineup. Can the 0 hold for Kastner? Can he make this a pitcher's duel? Or will one team start swinging the bats here early? It's going to be the bottom of the first momentarily after Kastner is set to throw down. Well, the defense for the Gators are ready to throw down, not Kastner. He's winding and dealing a couple more times. Here we go. Bottom 1, scoreless, top of the first for River Bluff. Now the Cavaliers will come to bat, and leading it off will be the shortstop. Number 3, States Farr. Number 24th overall player in this senior class. Went 1 for 4 yesterday in the loss to TC Robertson.
Shortstop, number 30.
Comes in hitting .362 this season. 17 RBIs for the leadoff man. For reference for River Bluff fans, Alexander has just about as many as that. He has 13. 2 leadoff men that are really leading their squads here offensively, and Alexander will take time to make sure his pitching gear is correct. Looks like there was something that wasn't turned on, maybe. Everyone's going to these now pitching, the pitch everything, all these wireless things. So different. The first pitch, left on right, first pitch, the right-hander is a fastball up around the letters for ball 1. Remember, the game stopped for CIU because someone's pitching stuff wasn't working regular. This is the 1-0. Fastball, called, strike 1, maybe a changeup inside third. But, and someone was like, why can't we just go to the hand signs? I'm like, well, that's not how it works anymore. Everything's electronic. The 1-1. Breaking ball stays upstairs for ball 2. The 2-1 from Kastner. Fastball that's popped foul right into the netting. It'll be 2-2. Kastner, a strikeout pitcher, 25 strikeouts, just to 3 walks. The senior has been excellent this season. Again, toughest task of his season. The 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball swung through and missed. Kastner gets a big swing and a miss for out number 1 from the leadoff man. The Coastal Carolina commit goes down swinging. Now that brings Luke Thompson back to the plate.
Number 2, center fielder Luke Thompson.
A nice start from Castor. He'll now get the senior. Luke Thompson comes in hitting .333 today. One away here, bottom one. The first pitch to the southpaw is called strike one. That changeup finds the outside third of the zone. Another great crowd here in Forest Acres early on a Tuesday morning. The 0-1. Fastball called strike two, slotting it in against Thompson. You know, Castor might be letting up the score sheet, but we've seen these pitchers do damage here. Dylan Hernandez is on record saying that Cash Evans was probably the hardest pitcher he faced last year, and especially in the Classic. He said he didn't, dial it up, but he found his spot. And that's what happens sometimes to these teams. You know, you get used to seeing this high velocity velo stuff, and all of a sudden you have a pitcher that may not be throwing 90s, but if Castor can hit the zone, Dorman may have to swing the bat a lot more than they're used to. The 0-2. Breaking ball up around the letters. Good miss, just a tad high. Why I say a lot more than they used to. Dorman, over the last 5 games, a .532 on base percentage. And the season, they average 500. 50% of the time, they're on base. The 1-2. Breaking ball's popped into the air, foul to the left side. It'll go out of play. This Dorman team, I mean, they just find a way to get on base. And it's not always via the hit. Now, don't get me wrong, this team can swing the bats, hitting .345 as a team. But comparatively, to River Bluff hitting .325. Not as stark of a difference as the on-base percentage jumping up that much. Gassner looking for his second punch out. The 1-2. Foul tipped in. Banks Alexander can't catch it. Looks like it may have hit his thigh, but he's going to be all right. Getting the minimal of pieces is Luke Thompson to stay alive. Beautiful day for baseball. It should get up to around the 70s today. Didn't get higher than about 66, 67 yesterday. And the sun didn't really come out. The sun should be out later today for the late slate. On deck it will be TC Robertson and Airport. The team who wins this will have a very interested part in watching that tomorrow. The 1-2 from Kastner. The breaking ball hits Thompson. And they're gonna... River Bluff faithful believing he leaned into it, umpire not budging. So it'll be a 1-out base runner via the hit by pitch. It'll be the first base run of the game, and Coach Bonnet will come and talk to the umpire. Coach Bonnet was wanting some clarification. He believed Thompson may have, put his arm out a little bit more. Of course, there was a time yesterday I had to even audibly laugh out loud where Coach Bonnet was trying to argue something. The ref said, I told you the same thing last week, Mark. I don't want to hear it from you. Got a lot of laughs here from the viewers.
Second baseman, number 15.
So now it's Palmer Hornick. Hornick had a nice start to his Classic yesterday, even in the loss. 2 for 3 with a homer and 3 RBIs. The southpaw going to Virginia Tech steps in. The first pitch from the southpaw, Kastner. It's a fastball low. Good job from Alexander to glove it. It's ball one. Alexander, one of the top catching prospects in the state. Didn't have the day he wanted to yesterday, especially in the defensive end. He spiked a couple balls going down to second. Kastner holding Thompson at first. He'll come home, the 1-0. Breaking ball called, strike one against Hornick. Well, as we've already seen, Palmer Hornick's not the person you want to give a pitch to. 4 homers, 25 RBIs. He had 24 all of last season at leadoff man, and that's 25 now in the 3-hole in his senior campaign. Pick off to first, so it'll just looper throw to make sure Thompson doesn't get too far off the bag. One ball, one strike, one away. Kastner fires. Fastball wide, ball 2. Hornick going to Virginia Tech next year. Number 3 overall player in this senior class. He's been a Virginia Tech mitt for pretty much as long as I can remember. Back when I saw him as a sophomore. Runner goes to 2-1. Fastball up around the letters, ball 3. The throw in his second's not in time, and a successful stolen bag for Luke Thompson. Kastner being careful with Hornick. It's not easy to steal on a southpaw, but Thompson using Hornick at the dish to kind of help him out a little bit. His now 11th stolen bag this season. It ties Palmer Hornick for the team lead. Now a 3-1 count with 1 away. First base is open, but it brings up Braylon Dean. The 3-1. Breaking ball, called, strike 2. Slot in the outside part of the plate. Hornick was hoping he could throw the bat. He was started walking that way, but he wants to call it the strike call hit. He's like, yeah, I knew that. We're just hoping I didn't have to. Infield shifted to the right. The payoff to Hornick. The breaking ball is popped foul to the left side. It's curling out of play, and it will hit the forestry here in Forest Acres. It was a great miss, well, a great piece of hitting from Palmer Hornick. It was a beautiful pitch that Hornick just had to stave off. And he'll get a 3-2 yet again. Hornick is no stranger to taking walks, leads the team with 17. And Kastner finds his second punch out of the day. The payoff is a weak chopper to the right side of the infield. The first baseman, Norton, can't field it cleanly. It goes to the right side. This ball's going to trickle to the infield. Coming in and trying to score from seconds, Thompson. He will stand as the throw comes home late. That'll be an error on the first baseman, Norton, which allows the first run of the game to score.
Step to the plate, first baseman, number 6, Braylon Dean.
Well, that will not be an earned run, Costa Kastner. That was off of an error. Still no hits in the game. 1-0 lead for Dorman. Runner on first with one away. Kastner technically still perfect, but the danger is Palmer Hornick, who's stolen 11 bases at first. Doesn't go there. The first pitch to Braylon Dean is low in the dirt. A breaking ball is gloved by Alexander. Ball 1. This also does not count as an RBI for Hornick. Should have been an out at first, rather. It was a run scored. Pick off to first, not in time. Well, Braylon Dean comes in hitting .405 for the Cavaliers this season. Went 2 for 3 with a walk yesterday. The senior having a successful cleanup hitting campaign. 2 homers, 16 RBIs. Kastner, another pick off to first. Got Hornick leaning, but feels like Kastner's more picking off to make sure the runner stays close, not to really catch anyone steal it. We'll see if he whips one over soon. Southpaw working out of the stretch will fire the 1-0. Fastball called, strike 1. Dials in on the outer third of the zone. Another pick off to first. Hornick had a good read on that one. He was pretty much stepping before Kastner even fired to first. He has 11 stolen bags in the year. Willie to go here. Getting a pretty hefty lead against the Southpaw. And he does go, the 1-1. And they're going to potentially call time. Yes, time was granted at the dish. So Hornick will be forced to go back to first. I'm not sure who called time, if it was Banks Alexander or the hitter Braylon Dean. Either way, Hornick got a good jump, but he'll take the slow jog back to first. So the count is still 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the bottom of the first. A 1-0 lead for River Bluff over the for Dorman over the Cavalier over River Bluff. There we go, Alex. 1-1. Foul tipped back 1-2. You know, I got asked yesterday. I said, how you doing today? You know, you have a long day. I said, today's fine. Today's the first of 3 though. That's be Wednesday. That's when the fun starts hitting in. We'll see if that hits in again on Wednesday. Today it's, of course, early morning for me. Late night, early morning. Another pickoff back to first, not in time. I will blame it on the scoreboard. The scoreboard doesn't have Dorman's 1 run up there yet, so that's my excuse. Now, do I have a scoreboard in front of me with my monitor? Absolutely, but that doesn't fit my narrative. Runner goes, the 1-2. Fastball way wide, no chance for Alexander to throw it. It'll be stolen bag number 12 for Hornick. Another runner in scoring position for Dorman. Well, this team can hit with the best of them, averaging just shy of 10 runs per game. Over the last 5, they average 11. 2-2 count. Runner in scoring position here for Braylon Dean, who hits .367 with runners in scoring position. 2s. Breaking ball. That one is hammered to deep left field, but it will hook foul left of the left field pole. Dean got way ahead of the off speed. Couldn't straighten it out for his 3rd homer. Well, again, Kastner is facing the toughest lineup in his toughest task of the season. Trying to navigate here through a talented top of the order. 2-2 the count. Kastner throws. The changeup stays wide, ball 3. And what I talked about earlier, Dorman doing such a great job against Kastner. This is the 4th batter of the inning. Kastner's already at 24 pitches thrown. This Dorman team's going to make you throw to him. And when you throw to him, bad things happen. The payoff, one more time. The breaking ball, that one's lifted into center field. Coming back is Powell towards the wall. He looks up and it's off the wall. That ball just kept carrying. Warnick will round third and score. It's a stand-up RBI double for Braylon Dean, and it's 2-0 Cavaliers. That ball did not look as well struck as it could have been, but it was high off the center field wall, and that will be another unearned run technically, since Warnick reached off of an error.
19, Bryson Davis.
However, Cavaliers jump out in front 2-0. The first pitch now to the right-handed Bryson Dean is nubbed over to the first baseman off the end of the bat. Norton fields it, will flip it to first. Kastner covers, and there's 2 away. Moving to third is Dean.
Third baseman, number 5, Austin Rath.
Now it's Austin Rath, the right-handed third baseman. Runner on third, 2 away here at the bottom of the first. Dorman already in front 2-0 here against Kastner. Can they add to their lead here? A hot starting team. They got off to a hot start yesterday before T.C. Robertson got off to a hotter start. Right-hander versus the left-hander. The first pitch from the southpaw. It's a breaking ball that just misses inside ball 1. Kastner kind of smirks, saying, I don't know how that one missed. The 1-0. That one's lined into center field. That's dying quickly. Powell has to run in and makes the one-handed grab to retire the side. Dorman strikes first, though. A 2-0 lead for the Cavaliers, and we'll head to the second right here on Definite Fiction.
Walker.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. We're here for the top of the second here on day number 2 of Forest Acres Classic. First pitch in this right-handed showdown to Walker Godwin's a fastball wide for ball 1. Dorman has jumped out to a 2-0 lead over River Bluff as Christian Musselwhite returns to the hill after a 1-2-3 first inning. The 1-0. Fastball called, strike 1, low in the zone. One ball, 1 strike, nobody out here in the top of the second. Musselwhite kicks and deals. The pitch to Godwin. Breaking ball misses upstairs. A slide piece for ball 2. Godwin coming off an 0 for 5 day yesterday. Gonna start the Cavalier, or the Gators off in the second. I gotta wake up. The 2-1. Fastball's wide. Ball 2. Or ball 3, rather. 3 balls. 1 strike. Hit the wrong button on my end. The 3-1. Fastball wide. A foul pitch. A 5-pitch walk. The leadoff man's aboard. Had to break out a caffeinated beverage early. Good grief.
Number 25, third baseman, Mason Iser.
So now it's third baseman Mason Iser up here for the Gators, off a 2-for-5 day yesterday with 2 doubles. Represents the tying run here early in this one. River Bluff's gonna have to hit with Dorman. Dorman, you know, for the most part, will get theirs. The first pitch. That one's popped into the air and going down the left field line. Kimbrellum has a long run to make. The left fielder makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. Iser's retired off of 1 pitch. It brings up Mac Raines. Mac Raines comes into today hitting .327.
Right fielder, Matt
7 RBIs and the big number 4 doubles. Raines trying to start something here as a pickoff back to first. Godwin dives back safely. Godwin only 1 stolen bag on this season. The shortstop has some speed. See if he tries to use it here. Doesn't there. The first pitch is a fastball called strike 1. Godwin over at first. The 0-1. Fastball foul tipped into the glove for strike 2. Nothing into the pitch. Godwin at first. 1 away here, top 2. Musselwhite picks off at first. A great pickoff move. That spot almost perfect, but Godwin slides back in safely. If it gets that far, Ashley Powell awaits on deck. He was hot as ever yesterday. He loved to get his bat going yet again. But Raines got to get on. He's behind 0-2. Another pickoff that Musselwhite throwing in the perfect location. Godwin's just having to make a good slide and get back in. Godwin's even, you know, a fraction of a second behind what he has been doing. He's out. Musselwhite fires. The 0-2 is popped into the air behind home plate. Coming to the right side, and we'll find the out-of-play side, hitting the top of the press box.
As a reminder, please return all foul balls to the field of play.
Montague making sure everyone's like, please help us return foul balls. Someone go out there and grab it. Of course, a long couple of 4 days of baseball. Eat every ball you can get. Musselwhite before the 0-2 will throw that back over. He's forcing Godwin to stay very close to that bag. As the seniors dove back about 4 times now. No balls, 2 strikes. Godwin goes the pitch. Fastball around the letters. Ball 1. Throw into center field. Will not even touch a glove. Hornick was at second as he watched the ball sail over his head. It's a successful stolen bag for Walker Godwin. Well, it's a nice backer from Luke Thompson as that ball sailed right into center field. Hornick, the second baseman, covering yesterday. Or, well, today. Yesterday he had a weird play, you know, where he was covering and a ball dribbled right through where he was supposed to be. If you ask me, that's what got the T.C. Robertson rally started yesterday in the second, where they piled on 7 runs against the Cavaliers. Dorman, I feel like, was shell-shocked. Oh, they didn't act like it. Their bats started flowing, just couldn't get enough to come all the way back. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the top of the second. Musselwhite gives a couple glances at Godwin at second, and he'll kick and deal the pitch. It's a curveball that's popped to the air left side in foul ground. The third baseman, Rath, comes all the way over. That ball will stay in the field of play, but Rath can't grab it. It tailed at the end, and it was off the glove and will fall helplessly to the turf. Mac Raines will get another crack at it. We saw a couple of these balls tail in the stratosphere yesterday. It was not windy yesterday, and it's not terribly windy this morning. But you never know what that ball's doing once it goes into flight. Rath just couldn't get enough of a read for it. Now it's 1-2 with 1 away. Godwin still at second. Hornet trying to keep him close, but Musselwhite will deal the pitch. That one's lined in the left field, going back is Kimbrell, but he's got a read. It was on a rope, but right at the left fielder for out number 2. I mean, that's unfortunately baseball. Mac Rain's probably the best Walsh-struck ball today. It just found a glove at Kimbrell. I feel like that's how a lot of MLB games go, though. You look at the, the highest exit velocity, and a lot of those balls are ground outs or line outs. It's funny how that works. Well, now it's Ashley Powell up for the first time this morning. Powell went 3 for 4 yesterday in the loss. He was hot at the plate. It was one of those, he was technically the tying run that came home in the go-ahead grand slam. First pitch to the right-hander. That one's chopped over to the shortstop, States Far. The Coastal Carolina has the commit, and he throws out Powell to end the frame. Musselwhite able to work around the leadoff walk and leave a runner stranded on the base pass. A 2-0 lead for the Cavaliers. We're going to the bottom of the second.
Number 7.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. Thank you for joining me, Alex Ross, here with you on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Starting to warm up a bit. Sun's still not out yet. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 7-8-9 for Dorman, leading it off Logan McGarity, who takes ball 1 upstairs, a changeup. Right on, right here to start the bottom of the second. Dorman in front, 2-0, good to add to it. The one-handed fastball stays in tight, ball 2. Well, McGarity's trying to shake off a rougher day on the hill yesterday. Got the loss against T.C. Robertson, but at the plate, he's been excellent. 313 with 9 RBIs. The 2-0. Fastball low and away, ball 3. McGarity, a senior, didn't swing the bat last year, as this year, though, he's doing just fine. The 3-0 is taken right down the middle for strike 1. McGarity didn't take the bat off the shoulder. I'll always probably go back to that talk I had with Luke Shalcom during a 3-0. He said, it's such a hard pitch to execute. It's a 3-1 on the way. It's a fastball upstairs, a 5-pitch walk to McGarity to lead off the inning. But I remember that talk. Shalcom was saying, it's so hard to the 3-0 because you don't want to just give him up a walk, but you also want to give up. You also just don't want to give a great pitch to a guy that that's going to swing the bat, or give a bad pitch to a guy that's going to keep the bat on the shoulder. Of course, how do you know that? You don't. He's got to figure it out. Now it's the right-handed freshman Carter Nash up. Before we get there, though, pick off to first, diving back safely is McGarity. A pretty big lead for the senior. He's not attempted a stolen base this season. We'll see if he tries one here. As the freshman Carter Nash, who was 1 for 3 yesterday with a triple, steps in for the first time this morning. First pitch, swung through and missed. Fastball in the outer third. The 0-1. Swung through and missed. Changeup, 0-2. That was Kastner's best pitch of the day, the southpaw. Looking to dial in. I did lie. It was his first earned run, giving up last inning off that one-out double from Dean. The 2-1 is tapped foul behind home plate. It'll still be 0-2. Not 2-1, Alex. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. I did open up a beverage. Tried to power me through this morning. I don't know what it was. I feel like it was a weirder. I feel like last year I was able to kind of flow easier, maybe. I don't know. Pick off to first on in time. Maybe I was just in a rhythm, but this year, this was probably the roughest morning I remember getting up in the Forest Acres Classic. I was talking to, I believe it was Rohan Bremer's dad earlier. And we were talking, I was like, well, you know, it was like the 11 inning game, the 0-2 before we get there. Curveball just misses upstairs. Looked like I may have caught the zone late. The umpire does not agree. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember, I was talking to him, he said that 11 inning game. I said, yeah, well, thankfully, the next morning got rained a little bit, so everything got pushed back. The 1-2, that one's lifted high, a pop up into center field. Actually, Powell's got a read. His light blue glove will make the one-handed grab for out number 1. So Nash retired to start the second inning. 1 away now for the 9-hole, Jamison Kimbrell. Yeah, I remember I was talking to his Rohan's dad. I was like, yeah, you know, that was a wild game. Probably the craziest game I think I've ever called. Potentially ever. However, you know, it was 11 inning. I didn't get out to like 10, 11 to be back early, but the next morning got rained out and didn't start to like 1. Bunt shown from Kimbrell, and now a pick off to first. They're looking for a pickle. The Walker Godwin, the shortstop, and they got him. Running off of motion was McGarity. He is caught stealing after the pickoff from Kastner, and the bases are now cleared. It was the simple 1-3-6 putout. And now there's 2 away, bases cleared for the 9-hole Kimbrell, and gotta imagine he's gonna be swinging the bat. The southpaw waits. The first pitch is a fastball up around the eyes for ball 1. Well, Kimbrell, he's not gonna play about swinging the bat. Hitting .439 this season with 6 RBIs. He did go 0 for 2 yesterday though. The 1-0. That one's lifted into deep right field. Matt Raines has a read. He'll make a couple steps back toward the warning track and make the one-handed grab. Well, 3 up, 3 down, the unconventional way. Kastner will get his bats back going. A 2-9 lead for Dorman as we go to the third. But put some music in the background. We're going to talk about our sponsors. I'll turn the music down just a tad. Give a special shout to our sponsors, the Richland 215 and the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. Of course, the Big Red Box Dumpster Company, an all-inclusive private waste disposal company. I gotta change all the metrics for the next inning. But they are a all-inclusive private waste disposal company, bringing you a dumpster to fill up. They'll take it away for you. It's that simple, easy. They'll bring you to residential driveways, construction sites, corporations, businesses, wherever you may need a dumpster, they'll bring it to you. So again, Coach Dorsey, the owner of the Big Red Box Dumpster Company, go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com to book a dumpster today, or call 803-783-6834 to book a dumpster. As well, it's the Richland 215, of course, a Legion team. Well, it's a league competition in the state. You know, I was talking to Dylan Hernandez. He said, yeah, a lot of college guys came back to play Legion. Hey, you know, a lot of the top talent in the state plays Legion. It's free, it's an incredible competition, and it's a great summer league program. The 215, what better to play for? A team that won now 2 state champions, 1 at the AAA level, 1 at the senior level. So go sign up to your local Legion team. I know River Bluff very well represented in Legion. The Lexington area, Dorman would find their Legion team in the upstate. Well, Christian Musselwhite coming on the pitch. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction, begin the third. Welcome back into Forest Acres, South Carolina. It's the 20th annual Forest Acres Classic live on Definite Fiction. 2 5A teams in the state meeting for the first time this year. Dorman and River Bluff. First pitch on the way from Christian Musselwhite. It's a fastball wide. It's ball 1 to A.B. Wilkerson. Wilkerson was the hero of yesterday for a little bit. A go-ahead grand slam in the 7th inning for the Gators. The 1-0. Fastball is shot back foul. It's 1-1. Of course, it looked like he was about to be pitch hit for. They were going to put Leo Zambrano in, then all of a sudden you see Wilkerson come out of the dugout. First pitch he sees is a go-ahead grand slam. I mean, potentially a high school moment of his life. The 1-1. Breaking ball is low, ball 2. Good eye from Wilkerson. Unfortunately for Ab and the rest of the Gators, they could not hold that lead as Airport tied it later in the bottom half of the inning and then won it the next. 2-1. Fastball in the left-handed box. 3-1 to Wilkerson. That's exactly what Musselwhite did last inning. He had a 4-pitch walk to Godwin, maybe 5. Now Wilkerson looking to start his day off strong. The 3-1 hits him in the back. Well, he'll take that. He'll wear the pitch. Second time he's been hit this year as he'll take first now. So Musselwhite had a leadoff walk back in the second. Now he hits his first batter here in the third. It's the 9-hole Andrew Rye. Only a 2-0 lead for Dorman. It's the 9-hole. Andrew Rye, a 1-for-2 day for the senior last year, going to Montreat College. He's swinging the bat. The first pitch is a fastball up around the neck for ball 1. Rye had a 1-for-2 day yesterday. Comes in 3 of his last 10. He now squares around the bunt. The 1-0 curveball is called. Strike 1. Dips below the bat. Dorman as a team has been excellent all season, especially on the mound as well. We talk about their bats. A 1.61 ERA as a team. Musselwhite with a 1.71 ERA. He's one of those key contributors. Pick off to first, not in time. Wilkerson only has 1 stolen bag attempt. We saw Walker Godwin take off last go around. But Wilkerson's getting maybe a 2-step lead over there, not even. 1-1, the bunt is going to be bunted foul right behind home plate. Third baseman Rath is crashing. Doesn't work though, and it's now 1-2. Rise trying to flip the lineup over. On deck, the leadoff man, Banks Alexander. One of the top players you want up for the Gators. Rise acting as a great 9-hole though, hitting over 350 and 500 runners in scoring position. The 1-2. Curveball in the left-handed box. Nice job from Ryan to stay alive. Be 2-2. Long pause from Musselwhite. He'll fire it over back to first. Pickoff moves feel like they're more to keep Wilkerson a little closer to the bag. He was picking off Godwin a lot, but those were incredible spots. And this time he's more just playing catch with Dean. The 2-2. Chopped to the left side and fouled over the head of the catcher, Banks Alexander. He's waiting in the on-deck circle, and he'll just flip it to one of his other coaches. We talk about great uniform matchups as well. This one feels like one today. I love both of these uniforms here on day 2 of the Forest Acres Classic. The 2-2 is popped foul to the right side off the hands of Rye, and he's staying alive. Now, I think tournament of the uniform of the tournament so far has gone to T.C. Robertson. These Dorman ones are really nice as well, though. The light blue print stripes with their all whites. Of course, I think the simplistic Gators, this is probably my favorite River Bluff uniform. Just the simplistic Gators. I know it may not be the flashiest, but it looks clean. 2-2. Breaking ball is rolled over to left side again. Rise fighting off a lot of pitches from Musselwhite. Rye gets on over 47% of the time. Can he find his way on here? The 2-2. Fastball dialed in the outside edge. Strike 3 looking. Musselwhite can't help you. Rye was just watching. There's one away.
Up to the Gators, the catcher, number 23, Banks Alexander.
That's been the best spot of the tournament so far. Now it's Banks Alexander back up. 0 for 1, struck out looking to begin the game, but he's been hot. 5 of his last 15 with 2 doubles. Can the leadoff man come through for River Bluff? First pitch to him is a curveball that's shot to the left side and foul. Just left of the third base bag. Alexander didn't have the tournament he wanted to last year as a freshman, only 3 for 14 with 2 RBIs. But now as a sophomore, he's been just as good, if not way better. He hit 290 as a freshman, now this year hitting 420 as a sophomore. The #1 catching prospect and the #2 overall prospect in that sophomore class. The 0-1 from Musselwhite. Breaking ball that misses a little low and away, ball 1. You know, I've said it multiple times through this tournament. Second time through the order now. Musselwhite's got to figure out what works for him and what doesn't. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Pick off to first, not in time. In the top of the third, Dorman ahead of River Bluff 2-0 in this battle of 5A teams. Both teams in search of another state championship. 2 of the title favorites in the upstate. 1-1. Fastball up around the letters, ball 2. Both teams also in search of their first win here in the Forest Acres Classic. The loser eliminated from play on Thursday. The 2-1. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Davis. Keeps Wilkerson at first base. Count moves to 3-1 here against Alexander. At the heart of the order awaits after Alexander. The leadoff hitter's drawn 9 walks this season. The 3-1, that one's lifted into left field, but off the end of the bat. Kimbrell comes in and makes the one-handed grab. There's 2 away. Banks didn't hit that one flush. Musselwhite gets a tough earned second out. His pitch count's rising all the way to 46 now. We'll see how the first baseman, Dom Norton, has his way with them. Norton flew out to left field his first go-around.
For the Gators, first baseman, number 7, Dominic Norton.
The CIU commit. Steps into the left-handed box. Runner on first, 2 away here in the top of the third. Musselwhite kicks and deals the first pitch. Breaking ball, I guess, stays a little away, ball 1. I usually say this every game, but for those who see on stream, I'm a little off-center to the left, which means I see the left side of the plate a lot better than the right side of the plate. So the outside pitch to the righties, harder for me to tell. The 1-0. Fastball call, strike 1, finds the inner third of the zone. You know, I think I was talking to Montague Lafitte over here earlier today. It's like, you know, I think when I'm on this side, I think I see, I thought I saw the right side of the plate a lot better than I do. You know, when I'm over here offset, I'm pretty much behind the right-handed box, a little maybe to the left of it more, probably about a little to the right of the shortstop where State's Far's lined up right now. I can see the left side of the box, pick off to first, not in time. It's the right side, the outside against the righties. It's hard to see, and you know, I feel like you think you see it better than you do. That's what I've really learned. I'm like, that's definitely off the plate. And Jeff's like, no, it's a strike. Then I'll be like the other way. I'll be like, no, it's a strike. He's like, no, that's way off the plate. I'm like, whoa. 1-1. Breaking ball low, ball 2. Yeah, it took me a long time to learn that, I feel like here. I was like, I feel like I saw that a lot more than I did. You didn't, don't worry. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here, top 3. Runner on first for Dom Norton. Southpaw waits the 2-1. Fastball called, strike 2. Low and inside, but called strike 2. Davis missed his, well, Musselwhite missed his spot. Davis came across his body, but it works. Deuce is wild. Musselwhite fires the fastball. Stays up high, ball 3. They'll give the runner at first. Wilkerson a chance to move. River Bluff has been held hitless now through the first 2 2/3 innings. Can they find one here? Runner goes, the payoff. That is ball 4. Will stay in the right-handed box. River Bluff looking for their first hit. It'll be Sam Turner with 2 on and 2 away to try to give it to him.
Designated hitter number 13, Sam Turner.
Musselwhite's now walked 2 and hit 1. The runner on first and second for Sam Turner. He flew out to left field, and this will bring the first mound visit of the day for Christian Musselwhite. 52 pitches through 3 innings. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. All right, Sam Turner, the left-handed designated hitter at the dish. He flew out to left field his first go around. Now he's looking to contribute here. River Bluff in search of their first hit still, and there's talk for the umpires here. I thought we were done. The mound visit looked like it ended, and Coach Jolly still in the field wants some clarification on, I'm not sure exactly maybe a pitch location.
He's learning the rules. You learning?
And it looks like we'll be all right. So the right-handed Musselwhite will stay in. He'll get Sam Turner, who's hitting 6 for 22 with runners in scoring position. He's got a runner on second here with 2 away in the top of the third. The southpaw awaits. Musselwhite will step off. Musselwhite just threw his 9th walk of the season. Hasn't pitched a ton, doesn't go long into games. First pitch to Turner's a fastball low and in, ball 1. Musselwhite just 16 in the third innings pitched over 6 appearances. It's a little under 3 innings an appearance. It's around his limit, but there is no action in the Dorman bullpen. Musselwhite's going to go at least a little longer. The right-hander will fire the 1-0. Change-up call, strike 1 on the outside edge. 1-1.
Do your number, buddy. 2 out rally, let's go.
That was the story, if you heard 2-out rally. That was the story of Dorman yesterday. They just couldn't get T.C. Robertson away with 2 outs. Can they do it with River Bluff here? The 1-1. Turner takes strike 2, looking on the inside part of the plate. Just caught the low inner third.
Do your number, fam. Do your number, buddy.
Musselwhite's punched out 2 Gators. He's ahead 1 in 2 here in the top of the third. 2 away, runners at first and second. Musselwhite kicks and deals. The pitch is pumped into the air in shallow center field. It'll be the second baseman, shortstop, and center fielder converging. Hornick goes back and it drops. He hits Thompson, the center fielder. 1 run is in. The other runner stops at third. A rare miscommunication between Hornick and Thompson. The ball helplessly drops and Thompson's still down. That's how the first run of the game for the Gators comes across. A high pop-up that Hornick and Thompson didn't back off of. We'll make sure they're okay. Both Thompson and Hornick are up. Hornick shakes off the pitch, takes off one of his coaches, said, "I'm good, don't worry. We're just, I think I'm a little upset at themselves." A rare miss as Norton will hold up at third. Wilkerson comes around from second to score the first run of the game. An unconventional way for a 2-1 game. 2 errors have caused 2 of the runs, and 1 run's been off a double that looked like it was going to be a fly out to center that just kept carrying and carrying. Well, it's Walker Godwin who reached via the walk his last time up. Runner at the corners, 2 away. The first pitch to Godwin, breaking ball in the left-handed box for ball 1. Well, we talked about it yesterday, and I've said it every time. If yesterday was such a great day of baseball, if there was any indication this week's going to be epic, so far early in this one, it's playing along to the story. The 1-0. Fastball off the hands of Godwin, who looks like he hurt his shoulder on the swing. Not sure what happened as Godwin is down. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back to Falcon Field. Walker Godwin's up and ready to go. I can't tell if that ball might have hit him when Godwin's tried to swing. He got tied up on an inside fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away here. Runners at the corners for Godwin, who lifts that breaking ball into right field. Nash going back toward the track, has the read and backs up and makes the one-handed grab to retire the side. Godwin after getting tied up, hurting his shoulder, put a ride into a ball to right field, just couldn't get enough of it. Dorman cuts the lead. Dorman gets their lead cut in half. It's a 2-1 ball game going to the bottom of the third. We are back here in Forest Acres, South Carolina. It's the 20th annual Forest Acres Classic live on Definite Fiction. Dorman River Bluff 2-1 lead for the Cavaliers, but Dorman gave up a run off of a weird error last inning. It was a high pop-up in a shallow center. Enough time for, you would think, Thompson and Hornick to communicate who had it. It was not communicated properly. The ball hit the center field grass after the two collided, and both are okay. But Dorman now leads 2-1. They'll come up here in the bottom of the third, bringing the top of the order up. States Far leading it off. The first pitch from the southpaw is spiked into the dirt for ball one. Ray Kastner back out there for the Gators. He'll kick and deal the 1-0. Fastball upstairs, ball two. Well, Kastner, again, making his fifth start of the season. Gave up his first earned run of the season earlier this game. The 2-0. Fastball wide, ball three. 3 balls, no strikes here to begin the bottom of the third. That's the top of the Cavalier order. Far, Thompson, Hornick to lead off this inning. The 3-0. Fastball call, strike one. Dialed in on the outside third. Far struck out in his first at-bat. The 3-1 is golfed into deep center field. Powell's got a read back toward the wall. He looks up in, runs into the wall. It's off. He couldn't time his jump. Far raced around second. He will hold up there as a strong throw from Ashley Powell comes in on a one-hop. Far made the right decision, but has a leadoff double as Powell will shaken up out there in center. It looks like he may have just lost track where the wall is. Looks like he had a second and just that ball traveled a bit farther than he thought it did.
Center fielder, Luke Thompson.
That ball is laced to center field. Now there's one away for Luke Thompson. It's been a weird day for when the ball gets in the air today here at Falcon Field. Couple of misplays. Now the leadoff man's aboard at second, and this is the part of the lineup for River Bluff you do not want up for Dorman. It's Luke Thompson, who was hit by a pitch his first go-around. A lot of southpaws coming to the lineup, and Coach Bonnet making sure his center fielder is good, who gives him a thumbs up out there. Powell with the glasses behind his hat. You know, I have sunglasses too. Haven't had to bring them out all tournament. I believe, though, hopefully the sun's going to come out a little later today, towards the late game. It'll be Lexington, I think at 4, Lexington and Indian Land. And the nightcap, EC Flora Miller. The southpaw Kastner fires. The first pitch to Thompson's bunt to the left side. Kastner fields it. Will have to fire to first. It's a throw right into the chest of Norton for out number 1, but the sacrifice button from Thompson works. An insurance fund now 90 feet away for Palmer Hornick.
Number 15, Palmer Hornick.
Well, Hornick had one of those weird plays where he reached on. It was a ball to the first baseman Norton, who lost it. Wasn't able to bring it in, and then all of a sudden, you know, you look over, that ball trickles away over to the second baseman where Wilkerson was supposed to be. Coming around third and scoring was Thompson, so just a weird start to this game. Just 2-1 lead now for the Cavaliers, but Palmer Hornick up. First pitch to him. Breaking ball upstairs to the Virginia Tech commit. Ball 1. This kid can rake. Had a 3-run blast yesterday. 11 for 31 with runners in scoring position. 355 is the batting average, is what he's hitting at. The 1-0. Breaking ball in the right-handed box. 2-0. At the plate, he's hitting 383 with a 554 on base percentage. 25 RBIs, looking for 26. The 2-0 is tipped foul, fastball low for strike 1. Palmer's coming into this tournament scorching hot. 5 of his last 14, 1 homer, 1 double, 1 triple, 8 RBIs. For reference, Palmer Hornick only had 24 RBIs all of last season. He has 25 already through halfway this year. The 2-1. Breaking ball, it's down the first base line. That goes over the bag in the right field for a fair ball. Hornick can fly. Runner from third is in. Rack Raines will recuperate it quickly as a strong throw in his second's not in time. It is a 1-out double for Palmer Hornick, and Dorman leads 3-1. Well struck ball from Palmer Hornick. He will grab RBI number 26 on the season. Second run, Kastner's given up today. It's earned. And now Braylon Dean up. He has an RBI double today. He put one off the left center field wall. Now a right-hander for Kastner. One away here, the bottom of the third. The pitch from Ray Kastner. This looks like a changeup that stays wide, or a breaking ball doesn't break. It's 1-0. Dean hitting 367 runs in scoring position. That went up last at bat. 3 brought home a run. The 1-0. Fastball finds the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Located well. I think maybe in a 2-seamer. Dean backed off the plate as that ball tails into the zone. One ball, 1 strike, 1 away here, bottom 3. 3-1 lead for the Cavaliers. Hornick dancing off second. The pitch is shot foul right behind home plate, 1-2. Remember yesterday we were watching T.C. Robertson and Dorman. Hornick did the exact same thing. He said he already has the, stolen base lead for the team. He has 12 now after he stole a base last time he was on the base pass. And he's going to make your life a nightmare when he's on the mound. The 1-2. That pitch is hammered to deep left field. Rye going back. He looks up and he runs out of room. Braylon Dean, his 3rd home run of the season, makes it a 5-1 lead for the Cavaliers.
And that's a home run for Dorman. Number 6, Braylon Dean.
A blast from Dean, his 3rd home run of the season in his senior campaign. That was 18th RBI.
Davis.
And Dorman is opened by a 5-1 lead over River Bluff. The first pitch now to Bryson Davis. The right-hander fouls that one off. It's 0-1. Kastner, the southpaw, the 1-0. Fastball called, strike 1 on the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or 0-2. Scoreboard's wrong on my end. Well, not my end, but their end. Now it's Bryson Davis up. He grounded out to the first baseman his first go-around. A 3-1 put out. Kastner ahead, 0-2. The pitch. Breaking ball swung through and missed to the left-handed box. Kastner responds to the homer with his second punch out of the day. Now there's 2 away here in the 3rd. Let's say respond to the home run given up.
The plate, third baseman.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Rath.
Now it's Austin Rath, 0-for-1, lining out to center field his first go-around. He takes the changeup inside for ball 1. Now there's some action starting in the River Bluff bullpen as Kastner fires the 1-0. Fastball just a little low, maybe a tad inside, ball 2. Kastner kicks and deals the 2-0, swung through and missed. A heater on the outside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Again, there's some action. I'll get that number for you in 1 second for River Bluff. 2-1. It's pop foul to the right side. It'll be 2-2. So Leo Zambrano getting loose for the Gators. This tournament brings out every single piece of pitching you have. So, gotta figure out how to use them sparingly. River Bluff used 3 yesterday. The 3-1. Swung through and missed. That drop third straight goes all the way to the backstop. Rath takes off to first. Alexander recuperates. The throw into first is in time. Norton touches the bag and beats Rath by half a step. That's the 3rd strikeout for Kastner as he finishes the inning with back-to-back strikeouts, but the Cavaliers strike. 3 runs and a 2-run blast from Braylon Dean gives Dorman a 5-1 lead going to the 4th.
Makes your score.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the top of the 4th inning where River Bluff finds themselves trailing 5-1. They've got some work to do as they'll bring up the middle of the order. It's 5, 6, 7. Iser, Rains, and Powell. Leo Zambrano still in the bullpen getting loose for the Gators. Both Dorman and River Bluff used 3 arms yesterday in their losses. So, gotta figure out use pitching sparingly here if you want to play Thursday. First pitch from the right-handed Musselwhite, called strike 1 on the inside third against the left-handed Iser. We're underway here at the top of the 4th. The 0-1. That ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming on is Kimbrell, and it will drop in front of him. The first hit for the Gators today. The leadoff single for Mason Iser. Iser, who flew out to Kimbrell his first go-around, puts one right in front of him. The leadoff single.
For the Gators, right fielder, number 6, Mac Rain.
It's now Mac Rains who put a jolt into a ball his last at-bat. Lined out to the left fielder. Kimbrell has been busy out there today. He's had what looks like to be 4 or 5 putouts already. The right-hander awaits. The first pitch is a high chopper over the third baseman, Rath in the left field. Back-to-back hits here for the Gators. As Musselwhite, who's been sharp early, now has 2 on with nobody out. Well, now it's actually Powell. He grounded out for the shortstop, States Farr's first go-around, but this is who you won up yesterday. Powell had a great day at the dish yesterday. 3 for 4, now hitting .388 coming into this game. 7 RBIs, and he hits .421 with runners in scoring position. River Bluff's got to start somewhere, got to chip away at the 4-run deficit. Here we go, right on right. First pitch from Musselwhite. Slider finds the outside part of the plate, strike 1. Powell, the North Greenville commit, looking to help his team. You know, I was talking, River Bluff doesn't have like one big D1 commit, maybe Banks Alexander one day, but they got a bunch of guys going to a lot of schools around the state, and this senior-led team has been very talented all season. The 0-1, breaking ball to Powell, misses away, ball 1, good eye. That ball looked very good. Must have dipped out of the zone late. Of course, Coach Bonnet's had some great teams in his campaign with the Gators in his 13th season with River Bluff, a former Coach of the Year here in South Carolina. Going to lead a team of Homegrown kids, a bunch of these seniors have been with the team for years. We saw this team last year at the Classic, a young team. Now, very much a focal point, senior-led, and very experienced in moments like these. Musselwhite will step off, look back at second, not in time. Last year they were knocked out of the tournament by Malden. Dorman got all the way to Lexington before the Wildcats dashed their hopes at an upper state bid. The 1-1 from Musselwhite. Fastball is shot foul, some flinching behind home plate. It'll be 1-2. Dorman had a couple of key losses. Jackson Wyatt went to Lander, Coleman Brown to Benedict. They also lost Gavin Squires, Colton Earnhardt, and Ian Thomas. The Skater squad didn't lose much. Maddox Free, USC Sumter, Sherputto, Zach Ortiz off the team as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Musselwhite fires. Powell, does he go at a pitch in the dirt? Yes, he did. To the curveball, strike 3. Powell puts his hands up, says, I held the bat back. But he went around for out number 1 here in the 4th. And now the 3rd strikeout here for Musselwhite. Some of the River Bluff parents asking Andrew Rye in the on-deck circle, did he go? And Rye said, yeah, he went around, unfortunately. So it's out number 1 now as Ab Wilkerson steps in and takes one right off the back. Looks like a changeup, and the bases are juiced with 1 away. Well, the senior has a chance to put a jolt into a ball. Hitting 500 runners in scoring position, Andrew Rye.
Andrew Rye.
He struck out looking his first go-around. Wilkerson's now been hit not once but twice today. He's at first. You have Rains at second, Icer at third. Musselwhite feeling the pressure will step off. Dorman has gotten out to a 5-1 advantage, but this has been River Bluff's best chance to score all day. Corners in, middle infield playing back. Far, the shortstop deep in the hole. The first pitch to Rye. Breaking ball, maybe his best pitch of the day for Musselwhite. Strike 1 looking. Finds the outer third of the zone. Good crowd here at Game 1 of the Forest Acres Classic on day 2. The 0-1. Breaking ball, that one's lifted into center field. Thompson's got a read. Takes a couple of steps back, makes the one-handed grab. Tagging at third and coming home without a throw is Mason Icer. A successful sacrifice fly makes it 5-2. Andrew Rye with a successful sacrifice fly. That is RBI number 10 for Rye in his senior campaign. It's 2 outs here, though, as it brings up the top of the order and banks Alexander. Alexander's 0 for 2 today. He's looking to get his tournament going in the right direction. Strikeout looking and a fly out to the left fielder today. Just 1 for 4 yesterday. And a 350 with runners in scoring position. This is where Alexander thrives. Right on right, 2 away here, top of the 4th. First pitch. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Alexander's really come through. 5 homers this season, 13 RBIs. 525 on-base percentage. He's yet to find the base paths today. Of course, law of averages say he should find it soon. He's ahead 1-0. Musselwhite fires the pitch. Fastball low, ball 2. Squirts away from Davis, but not far enough for any runners to move up. Look over to the right side. Eagles of Airport arriving for their second day of play. They get T.C. Robertson, the Rams from North Carolina. In a battle of undefeateds here on day 2. The 2-0 from Musselwhite. Curveball call, strike 1. Freezing Alexander on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Runners at first and second as River Bluff brings the tying run to the plate here. They trail 5-2 against the Cavaliers of Dorman. The 2-1. Fastball foul tipped into the glove. High heat. Deuces go wild. If it gets that far, Dom Norton awaits on deck. Gators' best chance to put some runs on the board today. They scored 1 on the error back in the 3rd. They've scored 1 now off a sac fly here in the 4th. The 2-2 from Musselwhite. The pitch in the dirt. Alexander watches it go by, and it'll be a full count. Runners will get a chance to run. Alexander, the team lead in RBIs, 13. It's been a whole team performance this year for the Gators. Can the leadoff man get this game ever so much closer? Musselwhite will come set on the rubber. He'll fire the payoff. Runners go to the pitch. That one's hammered to deep left field. A no-doubter. Banks out. No, it's off the wall. Are you kidding me? The top of the wall. It looked good. The runner coming around from first. The relay throw into the plate. Not in time. Are you kidding me? That was the hardest hit ball that David had died just at the warning track. I can't believe it. That ball looked like it was laced over the wall. It just dipped late. Happened a couple times yesterday. This just summer air is not coming in yet. Banks will take it though, his 14th and 15th RBIs, and we have a one-run ball game. That one looked destined for a homer. It just hit the yellow on top of the wall and bounced off. If it was about a month later and about 10 degrees hotter, and maybe if he's even playing later in the day, that ball gets out. Instead, it's just a 2 RBI double, and the Gators draw within 1. It's a 4-5 ball game. We talk about how the hardest hit balls just don't find a way to be successful. That was the hardest hit ball today, and it finds the top of the wall. You know, sometimes when you hit the ball that hard, the launching was just not there. Alexander scorches one to left field, and you know, I gotta stop getting my head of myself. I'm looking to call every homer. I feel like we had like 10 of them yesterday. Well, now it's the left-handed Dom Norton up. 2 away, runner at second, tying runner of the game. The first pitch, curveball, strike one looking, hits the top of the zone. Well, it's in the bottom of the order now. Iser got on with a single, Raines with a single, Wilkerson with a hit by pitch. They all come around to score. Tying run for the Gators at second. 4-5 ball game. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away here in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 is fouled straight back at me. That ball come right back at Les and Sky Rocky Sports. He's gonna give a little smile. I was ready for that one. If there's no net, I was gonna catch it obviously, but you know, the net saves me, makes it a lot easier for me. Norton. He reached base once off a walk and flown out today. Can he deliver in the clutch? The 0-2. Breaking ball's line right back up the middle into center field. Get waved around third as Alexander Thompson will come up firing. The throw on the plate is cut off, and we are tied at 5. An RBI single from Dom Norton. His now 5th hit with runners in scoring position brings this game even. The 2-out rally has killed Dorman today. Now 3 RBIs with 2 outs for the Gators, and that may be all for Musselwhite. A pitching change here at Falcon Field, or at least a mound visit. We'll find out which one when we come back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. The left-handed Sam Turner steps in, takes the first pitch fastball upstairs for ball 1. Musselwhite, who had been excellent so far, is now getting up 4 hits in the inning in 4 runs. It's now Dom Norton who's at first after the RBI single he hit up the middle. Sam Turner at the dish. Banks Alexander comes around to score off the single. He missed a homer. Of course, I'm going to eat my words again after I missed the home run call, but if we're playing even later in the day, it's a homer. 1-0 is called. Strike one on the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike here, 2 away as TC Robertson enters the building. They'll act as their away team. Feels like a retro feel for TC Robertson. I love the uniforms. The 1-1. That ball is hit high out to right field, but Carter Nash has a read. It'll stay in the yard. He makes a couple steps to his right and makes the one-handed grab to retire the side, but 8 Gators come to bat. 4 of them come home, and we are tied at 5 going to the back half of this when we come back.
The Gators play 4. Leading off the bottom of the 4, designated hitter number 7, Logan McGarity.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. This game flipped on its head. Dorman looked in control. It's a left-handed caster to the right-handed Garrity is called ball 1, high and away fastball. Dorman got to a 5-1 lead going into the 4th, and River Bluff ties it. Plates 4 in the top of the 4th. Now can Dorman respond? Well, strike number 1 is thrown after a breaking ball, maybe a changeup, goes past McGarity. Well, it's 7-8-9 here for the Cavaliers. McGarity, Nash, Kimbrell. The 1-1 is lined over to the shortstop, caught by Walker Godwin for out number 1. Godwin is right out the sunglasses. The sun's starting to peek through. Not a terrible amount, but just enough to give us a little bit of heat here in the Midlands.
Step to the plate.
It was about 50-ish when I got in here this morning. Now it's up to 65.
Nash.
Should be getting up to around the mid-70s today. Well, there's 1 away now for Ray Kastner and the River Bluff Gators. Carter Nash up for the Cavaliers. First pitch to the right-hander, chopped over to the third base side. It will go foul. Nash flew out to the center fielder. Ashley Powell was first go around. It's been a great game here, River Bluff. They're falling behind by 4. Comes all the way back in the 4th inning. Again, Banks Alexander missing a homer by probably just a foot. That ball hit the yellow on the wall, bounced off. And then Dom Norton ties it. The 0-1 is off the end of the bat and foul. 0-2 after the breaking ball. You know, I've said about 3 times, but if we're playing in a month later or even later today, that ball may skid out. The 0-2. Foul tipped into the glove, strike 3. Kastner fired up. His 3rd strikeout of the day. Gets Nash down on strikes, and now there's 2 away. Tired.
I bet so.
Come on, sit down, Sam. You want a headset like Dylan did?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. I got a Sam McCutcheon treat over here. I'll see if I can figure it out. 2 away now for the 9-hole, Jamison Kimbrell. Put this up quick. Kimbrell 0 for 1. He flew out to the right fielder his first go around. It was Dylan yesterday joining me. I got another Falcon on the air. The 1-0 is off. How we doing, Sam?
I'm doing good.
Good. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. How we feeling after last night? You guys got some sleep, right?
Yes, we did. I like that we moved all the games up an hour this year.
I know. I feel. Well, you know, my sleep schedule doesn't like it, but it all works the same.
Well, a little bit easier for us knowing that we play at 7 every night.
Yeah, I know. Well, as long as there's no like 11-inning games like 2 years ago. So no, we get a chance to get some revenge tonight. How are you?
Yes.
Are y'all excited for that potentially?
Oh, 100%. I'm excited. I think showed we can play with anyone last night, and hopefully we can carry those hot bats over tonight. And I mean, we got a good hard test today, so.
Yeah, we get the nightcap, of course, and you're here to watch the game. I mean, who are you looking at tonight? Right now, River Bluff, Dorman, TC Robertson Airport.
I'm excited to see all of them. I was watching on my phone at the house, and I saw this game was close. I was like, I better go watch this.
That's the beauty of this game. You know, you can come over really whenever. I know Jeff comes over when I think is good. His dad was like, I'm gonna come over if it gets good again. And of course, right now this game immediately caught fire. Looked like Dorman was about to start pulling away, and all of a sudden, River Bluff brings it back.
Well, I mean, these are two really talented teams. We played both. We scrimmaged River Bluff preseason, and we've obviously played Dorman in the championship down in Georgetown, and so I know that both these teams are really good. So I wanted to come see. I mean, 5 runs for any team in this tournament could be erased in 1 inning.
I talked about Dylan. I mean, is this the most talent you think you've ever seen at one spot?
I mean, I would say so. Personally, obviously we played down Georgetown this year, and I mean, there was tons of James Island was down there, Dorman was down there, Stratford, obviously. There's some really good teams, but I think this is unmatched, honestly.
I mean, I think this is, we've been talking about, I think Dylan said it best, there's no easy side of this bracket this year. You know, I feel like one year you may get like an easier side, the other one, I feel like last year we may have got a little, not want to say easier side, but it wasn't as tough as the other side. I feel like this is, you know, incredible all around.
Well, 100%. I mean, Airport yesterday against River Bluff, both those teams have won state championships in the past couple years. Miller won this thing the past 2 years. Dorman's top 50 in the country right now. TC Roberson's won state championships. I mean, I don't think there's a bad team. Lexington won 2nd place last year. I mean, there's not a bad team in this thing.
No, I mean, I said it going on the air today, every team in this thing is a state championship contender.
100%.
Which is, I mean, you don't get to see it. You know, last year we had 2 skis of teams, so, you know, of course they're good teams, but, you know, comparatively to, you know, the Millers, they just don't compare.
100%.
So we'll see. If you face Ray Kastner, or I guess you didn't face him, but did y'all face Ray Kastner?
Yeah, he's really good. I know he's got good off speed. He throws a lot of strikes, and I know he's been very successful for him. And I think he's a tough at bat. All their guys. I know Dalton Kohler threw for him last night, and I know we always have good things to say about him, or I guess tough things to say about him when they come back from the dugout facing him. I think, River Bluff's a really good team. And then obviously we faced Dorman. We faced Brendan New down there, and obviously, you know, he was bringing it, but their lineup's legit too. They got a really good team.
Yeah, it's like Coastal Carolina coming up states far, and I know you didn't pitch against Dorman. What would you take away from that lineup when you're in the dugout?
I mean, I think they grind at bats is what I noticed. Obviously, we threw a couple freshmen, a couple younger guys with Monty mixed in there, but I don't think they take pitches off. They're very good about fouling tough pitches off, and they can run, and they can run all of them.
Very disciplined. I think you said it best. They can run. They just beat you everywhere. That ball's lined into right center field. That'll drop for a base knock.
Now
goes
watch.
all the way to the wall.
He might go 3 here.
Yeah, Kimbrell's going to come around to third. He's going to be stopped up after a beautiful relay throw comes in on the line. That was Powell to Wilkerson to Alexander. All of them gets that in quickly to keep a run off the scoreboard. You know, I think what's been underrated so far, Sam, and you may agree, the defensive plays this tournament with how much runs have scored.
Definitely. I mean, the Indian Land game yesterday, 1-0 on a solo home run. I mean, you got to play great defense in there. And then even the Dorman game yesterday.
I would agree. And, I mean, we had one of ourselves, Jack Chetwood, going over the fence to steal one.
That was unbelievable.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen him do anything quite like that as Ray Kastner's day is done. Even Sam going to give him a hand. 3 2/3 innings for Kastner. He'll leave, I believe it's Leo Zambrano coming on. He was getting warm earlier. And he will get the heart of this Dorman order. We can stay on for a bit, Sam. I mean, you know, defensively, for a pitcher, how does that just help you out?
Oh, I think, especially for me, our team, I think our infield defense and outfield defense, it just gives you a lot of confidence knowing that you throw strikes and you want them to put it in play because you got confidence in your team that they're going to make plays behind you, especially Jack, Joe, Roper, Monty, Tyler. I mean, everybody, honestly.
First Team Sports.
I think the more you have confidence in your guys behind you, the more you have confidence in yourself, knowing that you might be able to miss a little bit and get away with a pitch because they're going to be able to make plays for you.
And I think that's what a lot of these pitchers have faced. And, I think that you may look at a couple box scores and say, well, what are you talking about defense? But no, it's been some great defense today. And Bluff is not going to Zumbrana. They're putting their top reliever in, Peyton Hewitt, at 1.85 ERA. We faced Peyton at all in the preseason?
We did. I can't remember exactly how we did against them. I do remember him coming in and throwing an inning against us. And I've seen some video of him online down in Prospects, PBR, and obviously he comes in whenever they need outs quick.
And that's why he's coming in right now. He's going to get Luke Thompson, and of course, Luke Thompson, of course, no bat to scoff at, but the bat behind him is just that good.
Oh, yeah. Well, got a base open, 2 outs. You might see if you can't get him to roll over. Or might want to have to go right after him. You don't want to put him on with Hornet coming up next.
Yeah, I know you've never faced this Dorman team. When y'all faced Dorman, what was the approach to Palmer Hornick?
Ooh, well, I think you can't miss down the middle. You got to make sure you mix well because he hit down in that home run derby when we went down there, and we saw him put on a show. I mean, he's got a lot of power all fields. I think what you got to do is just mix timings with him and find a way to see if you can't get him off balance.
I love it. Well, it's not him quite yet. I'm just grilling you over here, Sam. I'm picking your brain here in bottom 4 Forest Acres Classic Game 1. I mean, it feels like a ton of fun here in this tournament. Everyone's out here loving base. I mean, it's been good crowds all 4 games now.
Oh, 100%. I think this is probably the biggest crowd I've seen since I've played in it.
I mean, what is this year? Were you here as a freshman?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. So 4th year, I think this is probably the most talent we've had. This is probably the most college teams I've seen be here.
I mean, I didn't see him personally. I was told Monty Lee was in the house, though, yesterday.
Yeah, I saw him walk by yesterday when I was out here. But I think that just goes to show that, I mean, you never know who's here watching. Obviously, no matter who you're facing, there's going to have some dudes that some college teams, maybe some pro teams are going to come watch. And I think that raises the stakes even a little bit more, knowing that you can put on a show here. You never know who's watching you.
I mean, it's always a ton of fun. And I mean, all the talent brings out everybody. And this state has a ton of chock full talent. This is a premier place to play right here. Well, 2 on, 2 away. 0-1 the count to Thompson, who bluffed a bunny. Pops it foul. It's quickly 0-2. Well, Hewitt's coming off of a 1 earned run performance in the win against Chapin last week. Gave up only 2 hits, struck out 7. He's their strikeout guy, Sam. He struck out 41-8. That feels like your numbers.
Well, I know they bring him in high leverage spots and try to get out. So, very impressive. Come out of the bullpen, throw 2 strikes right away.
This is high leverage as it gets. 2 on, 2 away. Bottom 4. River Bluff trying to keep this even. Hewitt will kick and deal. The pitch. Fastball low. That's a good miss.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I do find it fun, Sam, when you're sitting right in front of me, and I feel like you see that right side of the plate a lot more. We don't see it as well over here.
Yeah.
How much is given on that right side of the plate?
I mean, I'm probably going to hold my tongue, obviously. I don't want to say anything, but I think depends on the umpire. I think last night I personally, I'm sure you heard.
Yeah, ball grounded. Hewitt knocks it down, flips to first, and River Bluff gets out of the jam. I know last night I remember a couple times you saying good spot, good spot, good spot.
Yeah. No, I think I get more fooled by Dylan doing what he does with frames. I think he might make it look like a strike more than it really is, and I think he might fool me even when I'm out there on the mound. Like, he frames one and I don't get a strike, and I'm like, whoa, that looked really good. But it might be just him. But no, I think all the guys last night threw really well. Tyler, I don't think he had his best stuff. He didn't get a ton of help either. A couple of defensive plays that could have really swung some innings, but I think he threw the ball really well.
Well, I think Montague, we were talking pregame, I think we kind of get swept under the rug. We took a 10-minute delay in the middle of that game.
Oh, 100%. That's especially when you have a lot of momentum, and we were still in a tie game at that point. He wants to get right back out there and get back to throwing, and you got to wait and sit in the dugout. I just know from experience, I mean, whenever you got a team, like we're hitting really well, we have a long inning, even though we might be scoring a lot of runs for me, it almost hurts you because you go and you sit for so long, and then you go back out there and you haven't thrown in 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, has that ever happened to you? I don't recall it happening here, at least.
Not recently. The most vivid one I have was my freshman year, actually. I was able to start. He was going to let me start against Ridgeview.
Okay.
At Ridgeview, and we put up 13 in the top of the first. And I warmed up 4 different times. And I came out and I was already probably throwing 50, 60 pitches in the bullpen. But at the same time, it wasn't anything terrible. But at the same time, you almost hope for that sometimes. Longer the innings, more runs. So.
I know you guys have put up some runs as of late. You got a lot of runs support in that South Point game last week.
100%. And it was consistent too. That's what I think. And last night might be a little different since we got off to a little cold start and they did a good job of making plays behind their guys.
On the mound for the Cavaliers.
But I mean, obviously I'm confident in our guys all the time, but I was confident last night because we were putting balls in play and we were hitting them hard.
Yeah, I feel like the right fielder, Kuiper, was just playing us really far over, and a lot of those balls that should have been down for doubles just couldn't find the gap.
No, definitely, and obviously credit to them for making the plays and being in the right spots, but I think it can be frustrating, obviously, when you hit a ball hard and it's just that results in an out, and maybe you hit a ground ball and a little dinker and it finds a way through, but yeah, I think we just did a great job of keep going and not losing any energy.
Yeah, no, I love the dugout energy. It was like, it was the same thing y'all did. Dorman did the same thing yesterday. When they got down early, that dugout was still lively, and they almost, I felt like for a little bit they were going to find a way to come back. And then
yeah, I watched that game a little bit too, just because I wanted to see what TC Roberson looked like, and I mean, they got out to that hot start, but Dorman didn't flinch. They came right back, and I think that shows also the kind of players we have in this tournament, that it doesn't matter if you're up big, down big, that this game can flip no matter what, just because of all the talent.
Yeah, of course. Walker pops that one foul. It's now Jameson Kimbrell going to center. It's Luke Thompson coming into pitch. Thompson getting called from center field. He was the last out of last inning, and he's now making his 4th appearance of the season. 1-1 curveball, called strike 2. We didn't flinch as well, being no hit for 4 innings was last night,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden,
4-5.
and then we immediately started it off strong in the 5th and came all the way back.
Yeah, and I think Coach Hallett said it really well after the game, is all we needed was one guy. You get that guy, get the monkey off your back, and then Rohan, decides to swing first pitch that inning and hit a nice single, and then we just followed it up with good at-bat after good at-bat against a really good arm. I mean, that guy is really good. I know he hadn't probably done quite as well this year as he has wanted, but I mean, his stuff was really good last night, and I think we were just able to take some tough pitches and foul off some tough pitches and just put balls in play.
Yeah, that's all it takes sometimes, and we got to win, of course. Payoff pitch to Godwin, chopped up the middle, gonna be a tough play for Farr. The shortstop gloves it, throwing to first is not in time. The leadoff single for Walker Godwin.
Keep it going, buddy.
Of course, we turned tonight. We had a couple heartbreakers against those Miller Mavericks. I know you're. I don't believe you're making an appearance tonight, but how are you feeling? Ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I don't believe. I mean, I never know. You never know. But I wouldn't expect me to pitch tonight or play it all tonight. But I think it's always awesome to play them, just because you know who's over there in that other dugout, and obviously we know we can play with them just based on the last couple of years. We just haven't been able to quite get the job done. But that's the cool thing about this is the skill gaps are all so close that anything can happen any game.
I mean, you look at Dorman and, number 1 team in the state, pretty much every site you see, top 50 team, as you said.
Yeah.
They're tied with River Bluff. They lost yesterday.
And the thing is, that's not a knock on Dorman. It's just the fact that River Bluff has gone their game today. They've battled back. I mean, you're down 5-0. 5-1, I guess, to this team, knowing the kind of guys they have in their bullpen and up to lineup. You might be worried, but obviously they've done a great job of working back in this game.
I mean, I miscalled a homer in that big run inning. Alexander smoked one off the left field wall, and now that one's going to hit him this time. Wow. First 2 runners reach. Well, Dorman, again, as we said, it looked like a 5-1, starting to run away with it all of a sudden. 5-5, go-ahead runner at second for River Bluff, and they'll bring out catcher Davis. Well, you know, I try not to grill you too much, but I mean, this is a situation. How do you respond? Like, what do you have to think as a pitcher to respond to this situation, Sam?
Well, I think obviously it's tough. You get to first 2 guys get on the inning. Obviously, the first batter long at bat, and he finds a way to put a ball in play. You know, almost gotten out there, and then this last one you hit him. But I think for me, whenever I get in this spot, you just have to take a deep breath and realize, you know, you get this guy out right here at the plate, you know, strike him out, and then a double play, and you're out of the inning.
See, make it sound so easy.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to make sure you tell yourself it's not in the world. And I think you just have to really, this is when you have to bear down and give it your best stuff. And I'm sure that's what this coach is telling them, you know the situation, know where you got your outs, and find a way to get at least 1 right here and then limit the damage, because, you know, 1 run in this game might be the difference maker.
Right now, it sure looks like it could be. We're heading down the backstretch in the top of the 5th. And now it's the team part of the order that produced last time for River Bluff. Icer reach off the hit by pitch. Godwin reaches off the infield single. And now it's Mac Raines, who had a single last at bat, 1 for 2. And he's showing bunt. This River Bluff team just trying to move runners over. He shows bunt. It's in the left-handed box for ball 1. I know I didn't mean to interrupt you watching. You're just watching some baseball today, Sam. I appreciate you hopping on with me.
Oh, of course.
It's always fun. I keep telling you, I'm like, you don't have to be on. I'm like, you can come on whenever you want. I know I get to talk to myself for 4 days. So
No, I know. I'm sure you need a little help every once in a while.
I know, just a couple times. The one and does bunt and foul. I told Jeff he needs to talk more. I'm like, dude, I can't talk. I'm like, you know, it's fun talking to myself. I like doing games solo, but like, it gets boring eventually after game 6 or 7 where you're like, all right, I'm still doing it.
Well, and especially if it's a pitcher's duel or if it's very one-sided, you might not have a ton of action to talk about.
I know. Well, you and Dylan joined me for some great ones. Yesterday, Dylan got to see the first half of River Bluff Airport, which was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get to see the first half of that, but I came, obviously, we had to get ready for our game, and I watched the finish. And, I mean, both those teams, obviously River Bluff, hit the big home run to tie the game. Grand slam, wasn't it?
Yeah, go ahead, grand slam.
I mean, that is...
It was Wilkerson's first high school home run.
Wow.
Yeah,
see, and you have that happen, but the airport team comes right back, and they score 1 to get it back in the extras and end up finding a way to win.
It was an incredible game. The bunt is going to be put down to the right side. Going to do
That's
a job.
Do the job, yep.
Yep. That's exactly what you look for. Both runners move up 90 feet closer. Now 2 in scoring position for Ashley Powell.
Now it gives you a lot of options here. You can go for another bunt, or if you trust it, you can let him swing away and see if you can't drive him in.
And Dorman feeling the pressure, puts the infield in here. You know, we faced Powell last year in our game against River Bluff. He said Sparky was probably one of the best pitchers he's faced all season.
Oh, well, I threw with him every day last year and the year before, and I would 100% agree. It's not not always fun to catch with him. Because, you know, it'll hurt the hand, but his stuff just moves.
How much does his fastball move?
Oh, I mean, more than it looks like on the broadcast. I mean, it starts out, and it's always late. All his stuff moves late, and he's done really well at Charleston.
Was he like 1.4 something ERA?
Yeah, I think he had a tough outing last time out, but other than that, I mean, I saw he was right now mid-season, like second-team freshman. I mean, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. I remember I was asking you after one game, I was like, is that his fastball? And you're like, yeah, it just moves like that. I'm like, good grief. The amount of tail that thing has.
Yeah.
North Primo is going to suicide squeeze.
He's going to do it.
Work. Can someone cover first? Yes, they will. The outs at first. Hornick heads up play, but the go-ahead suicide squeeze works. Takes some guts to pull that off, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really tough to do as a hitter. You got to, because you know you have to get it down no matter where it's at, unless it's going to hit you. And that's really well done. I mean, he placed it perfectly.
They put it on that first base line. Dean and Thompson, one thing they could do was go to first there. And just like that, River Bluff has grabbed a 6-5 lead, come all the way back from being down 4. It's now Wilkerson, who had the hero ball yesterday. Infield back 2 away. First pitch, call it strike 1, change up in the inside part of the plate against Thompson. I looked like he was about to pitch hit for yesterday, Sam, and then he just puts one over the left field wall to take the lead at that point.
Well, and obviously I was warming up part of the scrimmage, and I wasn't watching a ton while I was getting loose, but I don't remember him specifically for them, and I saw him come up to bat, and I thought, maybe they're going to try to put something on, but no, I mean, that swing was
pretty.
That's huge.
That one is golfed into left center field. Kimbrell comes over and makes the grab, but the damage is done. The suicide squeeze from Ashley Powell. Coach River Bluff in front for the first time today. It's a 6-5 game, but, so I'm going to throw you to the fire, I have to do these ad reads a couple times. Got to shout out Coach Dorsey. You've played Legion now your second straight year. What are the benefits of Legion?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome. You get to keep your weekends free. No cost to you other than maybe some gas on the travel. But last year was my first year getting to play with the senior Legion team, and that's probably the most fun I've ever had playing summer baseball. Now, obviously, we were very successful, and we went on to win a state championship, which, was amazing. But I think even without that, when you play Legion, it's more of a sense that you're playing with your community and you're playing for a little bit something bigger because every playoff game we had the people from the Post actually came and watched, and they were here to cheer us on. And so it really made you feel like we were playing for more than just our team. And Coach Dorsey does a great job of making it about that and bringing in great players from all the schools here around the area. So I would suggest Legion to anybody. I mean, Coach Dorsey has done a great job bringing it back. Can't believe that a couple years ago we didn't have a Legion team, and now we just won our first state championship. So
it's awesome. I'll never forgive Jeff for going on that mission trip overseas. Of course, I'm like, I love what you're doing, but I really wanted to call these games.
Well, I wish we would have had a video because it was really cool. We went and played. Obviously, the game was at Carolina, at Founders Park, and the rain. So I actually was lucky enough. Probably coolest game I've ever thrown in my life. I got to start the game against. Why am I blanking? Florence.
Florence, yes.
And I'd pitched against them already earlier in the season, and it wasn't my best outing. They kind of hit me. It was a rougher one for me. I can finish this after this.
Oh, no, you're fine. You do as much as you want. As the dangerous Palmer Hornet comes up, ready with a homer, this tournament pops it foul.
He might stop my sentence. But it was cool. I got to come back and start against a really good team, and the rain delay happened, and Coach Dorsey and Coach Biggs, the pitching coach, asked me if I was good to be done or if I wanted to go back out, and I was like, no, I want to go back out. We were able to move from Founders over to Flora actually for the last inning, which was really cool to be able to say we won a state championship here.
I know, especially for you, of course.
Yes.
Of course, hope to bring another one here later in the year. Y'all got
100%.
Got some work to do though before that happens,
Definitely.
right? Yeah, I keep telling you, I'm like, you have a ton of talent, but a lot of games between now and then.
Definitely, it's a long season, and there's gonna be ups and downs. You just gotta hope. Wow, that's good at that.
Yeah,
right there.
swung and missed. Palmer Hornet goes down swinging for the first time this tournament. Just one away here to the bottom of the fifth.
That's impressive. You don't see him swinging at a pitch like that often. That must have been a real tough one.
Yeah, you have to see what's now 42nd strikeout and what's now 23 and a third innings pitched, a 1.85 ERA, which has now been lowered already a little bit after 2 outs for him. I mean, yeah, it's not easy to do, especially against this talented Dorman team. We've seen this team produce at the top of the lineup so far today, and a big swing and a miss there from Dean off a fastball. Well, there you go. There's your free propaganda, Coach Dorsey, about playing Legion. Had to throw Sam right in the ringer, but I say enough of those. I figured I could pass one off to someone else.
Of course, I always talk about Coach Dorsey. Awesome.
Yeah, he'll be joining me later tonight for part of our game.
Oh, awesome! I have to tune in and listen to that.
Absolutely, he'll be here for a couple innings. We'll talk Legion. I got my 215 shirt under my quarter zip because it's a cold day today. It's a cold. Last year remember it was hot in the tournament. Now it's cold. It's gonna be not cold, but like cooler.
Cool. Yeah. Well, it's nice. That is the only disadvantage of the 7 o'clock game is I had to get the jacket on last night. I got a little chilly.
I know I saw all had all the jackets, and then of course me and Jeff are sitting here in the middle bleachers. As that ball chopped up the middle, Godwin out of his arm, stretched arm. It'll be a 1-out single for Dean.
But no, yeah, I think a couple years ago, it was rain was the
Yes.
issue.
All right, Peyton, come
But-
get it, buddy.
I mean, knock
Number
on wood,
19, the catcher,
the weather's been
Bryson
nice. I will take
Davis.
this because this is nice baseball weather. You can come out here in a shorts and T-shirt and not sweat the whole time or
Well,
worry about having to get a change of clothes. But this is nice.
I feel like you and your teammates yesterday, Sam. I feel like you were here all day. I was looking at someone. There's a Falcon. Dylan was here. You were here. Roper was here. Charlie was here. Y'all were here all day.
Well, I think obviously this tournament brings a ton of excitement for us too, getting to know that we host it and that. I mean, for me, it's like a 5-minute drive from my house to come watch some of the best teams in South Carolina and from other states play.
Peyton.
And even when I wasn't here, I was watching on the stream, which is even better.
Oh yeah.
But
Now you get to be on the stream. How about that?
I know, look at that.
I feel like I mention your name a lot when you're here because again, I'm always like, yep, there's Sam's over there somewhere doing something. You know, I know you were. I believe were you one of the Cowboys yesterday in the dugout? I know y'all were getting fired up between innings.
I would say so. I think the cool thing about a tournament like this, and I'm sure all the other teams feel it, you get to bring up a couple of your guys from JV and some guys that maybe haven't played a ton. And even though they might contribute small on the field itself, having those extra people in the dugout makes a huge difference in terms of energy. I feel like yesterday, I mean, we had a ton of energy. We were really loud the entire time.
That was a lot. I think that's the liveliest I've ever seen our dugout.
I would agree with that. I think this group we have, everyone does their role exceptionally well. And if you're in the dugout, it's not so much moping about not playing; it's more cheering on your guys and trying to keep us in this game.
It's a nice pickoff
Oh,
move.
wow.
That's gonna bring some unhappy responses from the left to me and Coach Bonnet on the on-deck circle talking.
I think it's warranted.
You think so?
I think that was close.
There's been a couple really close plays this tournament as well. There was a couple games in the airport Dorman game where Jeff was going down checking his monitor. He's like,
I know the one late in the game, they called the guy out at first on the. I think they tried to turn double play maybe.
it was something around there, yeah.
I remember it was, but they ended up calling him out, and I don't know. I had a pretty good angle over there. I was sitting on that fence over there. I thought it was really close, but
There's been a couple. Jeff said there's pixels. He said I got to get my computer out to go frame by frame, and I was like, my naked eye, I thought it was a little. I always have my opinions. I usually hold my tongue on most of them because I don't get paid to give my opinions on the
Yep.
games. But I'm like, geez, there's a couple games where I think the only one I remember is there was a ball against Airport. Maybe you can give me more. Maybe you remember this, Sam. There's a ball shot down the left field line, and they called it foul. And that's the only one where I was like, that's foul. Really?
I remember that. It was the sixth inning,
Yes.
and I was pitching. I remember it was. I can't remember if it was the first pitch of the inning or one of the. Maybe it was 2 outs, but I'm gonna say it was foul just because it helped me out a little bit. But no, I mean baseball is probably the biggest game of inches.
Absolutely.
Because
Got him looking strike three.
that's a
Rose
really
Davis.
good pitch.
I mean, there's a lot of baseball left to play, but Dorman in danger of dropping now their second game of the season. You still have 2 more innings after this, but this is, after this, remember yesterday, going to think of yesterday, you look at the #1 team in the state, you're like, okay, Dorman's going to come in, they're going to play well. They have, and they've been outplayed.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the cool part. Oh, wow.
That was another great spot. Hewitt's pickoff move has been excellent tonight, or this morning, whatever time of day it is. So, I mean, yeah, no, it shows you. You said it. Shows you the talent we have here this week.
And I think knowing that all these teams are so good, you're going to give every team all you got, your best shot every day. You might be in a midweek game and you've thrown a lot, or you just had to go through school. But you may be out here. You have all day to get amped up for the game. You get to know you're playing. either a top 50 team, a former state champion. We're gonna give them our best shot. So
It's awesome. It brings out the best of everyone. That 0-1 misses wide, ball 1. Of course, we got Miller. We get Indian Land tomorrow. No Liam Roberson for you guys. I don't know if you watched his outing.
I
It
did.
was impressive.
I had heard a ton about him until I saw his end of the year last year and how well he had done.
There's 0.41 ERA.
That's insanely impressive for a sophomore, but just anyone in general.
Absolutely.
And that Miller lineup is really, really good. They gave him a run for his money. He navigated a lot of base runners.
Well, he was on record after the game saying it wasn't my best stuff today, but he battled every at bat, and I mean, he got in and out of trouble every single inning. I mean, that was one of the most impressive outings I've ever seen, holding that middle lineup. You know, I said, I told everyone, I told all the, Jim Stevens, Montague Lafitte, all the PA, I'm like, guys, that's the game to circle. I'm like, Liam Roberson's going to go, and they're going to give him Miller, with all that talent, how are they going to face a kid that, may not throw 90s, but he's going to dot you up everywhere he can?
I was about to say, and sometimes that matchup is even better than a guy that might be 85, 88, throwing a lot more fastballs.
I mean, I think Dylan was saying the hardest pitcher he faced last year was Cash Epps for Airport, who doesn't throw 90 and does that exact thing.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was pitching that game, so I didn't get to see a ton, but I've watched back the streams and the videos of that game. And when you have a guy that can throw a lot of strikes and everything he throws moves, it's tough because it might look like it's a meatball, and then out of nowhere, it's right there on the corner.
I mean, his brother was the same exact way. We haven't seen we haven't seen much of Cash this year. He's only pitched 5 innings, but this may be the time to start ramping up. This is like, I feel like it was late last year. This feels like it's right in the middle of the season. So this year's classic.
Yeah, well, I think.
Runner goes, the pitch. Oh, strike 3. He struck out the side. Peyton Hewitt sets down Dorman. And the Cavaliers trail by 1. Can River Bluff hold the lead? We go to the back half when we come back.
Left fielder number 5.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. Day number 2 of the Forest Acres Classic. We got a good one for you. 6-5, River Bluff, top 6 tonight. Still another one of the Falcons with me. Sam McCutcheon, the ace for AC Flora, with me right now.
This is a good game right here.
It's been incredible so far. Peyton Hewitt on some big innings, and River Bluff holds the 1-0 advantage.
By the way, on Andrew.
Thompson still out there. Oh, and 1 call, strike 2.
I think fans didn't like that one, but I think he's calling it both ways.
It looks like he's called it inside both ways. That's all I ask as a broadcaster. I'm like, be consistent. Because, at least if you're consistent, you can get a feel for the zone.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what I will say. Definitely as a pitcher, I have to ask the guys whenever they go up there for their first inning, how's the zone? Is it a little leaning in, leaning out? Is it bigger?
Ball's shot.
And normally whatever they tell me is true. I think definitely the guys at the top of the zone and a lot of the seniors know the zone very well, just being played for a long time. So I asked Charlie. Hopefully whenever he comes in the dugout, he's like, yeah, maybe he likes the outer half, or if he doesn't have a report, I'll just go to the next guy. But
I remember I think it was either Camden or it was Lugoff, where Charlie and Rober had about a 30-second conversation after the first at-bat, strike 3 swinging. it was where Charlie and Roper talk about the zone, what he's throwing. You know, that's really important.
Well, I think that's the toughest part for Charlie being a leadoff guy. Is he has, especially from if it's a team that we haven't faced before, or a guy that we haven't seen before, he has no clue what he's got, what he's going to throw. And so I think he's really good at like letting the guys know, hey, it's doing this, the curveball or slider or changeup is doing this.
Well, flip it on its head, Sam. You know, as you're, for a pitcher, how hard is that? We try to not give him too much information, but enough information to get the out.
I think, well, I don't get to call my own pitches personally, but I think Coach Hallett does a really good job of, we try to stick with 1 or 2 pitches early, and then as they see that later in the game, you can mix it in and give them a different look. But even with only 2 pitches, I mean, a lot of our relief guys only throw 1 or 2 pitches, but if you mix it up and go all speed early and then fastballs late, I mean, you can do a lot of things to mix up timing, and I think that's the biggest part of pitching and getting people out is just mixing up the timing in general.
Such a hard thing to do as a pitcher, but you do it so well, Sam. 3-1 here from Thompson. Alexander pops that one into right field. Nash will come in, the talented freshman. Makes the one hit to grab the 2 away, a 2-sport athlete over there for Dorman. Now, he had a triple yesterday in the tournament. So far today he's been quiet. Now there's 2 away for Don Norton.
Number 7.
And I saw he hit a home run yesterday too, so.
Did hit a home run yesterday. It was like one of those home runs that ended up mattering a lot more than you thought in the moment. It cut the lead to 1, but without that home run, that game doesn't go to extras.
Yeah.
Shading him to the right hard. He has an RBI today. Takes the ball 1 high and in. He had the RBI single back in the 4th that tied the game momentarily before eventually the sacrifice suicide squeeze worked for Ashley Powell to take the lead. You know, I think Coach Hallett's one of the best in the state at how small ball works.
Oh, 100%. And obviously I'm not a hitter, so I can't talk to him as much, but I just know he's got such a great feel for situations. He's been in every situation, so.
Ball's sharply hit on the ground to the second baseman. Hornick has to dive to make it in the hole. The throw into first is not in time.
Still impressive play.
I mean, Hornick is doing everything he can over there at second. It's a 2-out single. You know, I think I was talking before, it was I think it was our game, and I said, defensively, Miller was so sound yesterday, and he's like, that's what Coach Wagner's figured out on that side. Obviously, if you want if you wait for people to hit through and homers every time, it may be a long day.
Yeah. Well, and especially in high school, I mean, you just got to find a way to manufacture a run here, a run there, and then it turns into 3 or 4. I mean, this game is a great example. They tie the game up. They get the leadoff single and then the hit by pitch. And they bunt twice to score a run. Give up 2 outs so they can score 1 run. And the way that Hewitt's been throwing so far, that might be all he needed.
We're going to pitch hit for Sam Turner. It's Leo Zambrano up. He had a double yesterday in his 1 at-bat. Looking to hit in the clutch here with 1 on and 2 away. We're Bluff at 1-run advantage and trying to add to that lead. Any run support, as you've mentioned, Sam, is crucial so far today. As a 1-run lead or pretty much any lead's not safe in this tournament.
Oh, definitely.
All right, Leo.
Zambrano took strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Thompson holding north, the courtesy runner at first. Breaking ball misses wide, ball 1. Well, the Airport Eagles, T.C. Robertson on deck today. And then, of course, before us, Sam, it's Lexington.
Yep.
And Indianland. I know y'all be intensely watching Indianland, our matchup tomorrow.
Yes, I watched their game yesterday against Miller, obviously knowing that we were going to play both of them. But I'm very interested to see how they do today against Lexington.
Yes, they don't throw Robertson. They have a couple other pitchers. I'm curious if they're going to throw Matthew Boyd. I'm not sure if
I do know him.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown much this year. It's, one of those things where obviously you don't see what's on the other end. I'm not sure if it's a little, management early in the season. But as I said about this year, this is about the halfway point of the year. It felt like it was later last year, this Classic. Now it's about midpoint. This is when you start ramping up to finger. I feel like, maybe I'm wrong.
No, definitely. I think this is.
That's, looks like
that
out
might
the end
get
of
off
that.
the wall.
Oh, yeah, that ball's carrying, and that will go to the warning track and be run down by Kimbrell. Zambrano put a shock in the ball, but flies out to the center fielder to end the frame. Dorman trails by 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. It is game number 5 of the Forest Acres Classic, and we have a good one yet again, our 5th straight good game here. A 6-5 lead for River Bluff as Dorman comes up in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 1. A rare spot for Dorman, in danger of dropping back-to-back games for the first time all season. Yep. Right on cue, the DH Logan McGarity has his first hit of the night, reaches base for the 2nd time today. Or night, whatever it is. Again, Alex Ross, Sam McCutcheon joining with you, Sam. I roped in Sam. I said, yeah, he sat down. I'm like, you want to be on the stream? He said, absolutely. I said, all right, here's a headset. I think Charlie was giving me the death stare today going, why are, he's like, Dylan's still there talking to him.
Well, I thought if Dylan can get on here, I might as well give my 2 cents from the other side of the pitcher-catcher battery.
And Jeff was like, get Dylan on more. He's good. I'm like, I tell them they can come over whenever they want. Like, it's not from lack of care, but obviously, you know, I was telling I feel like some people just like talking. Like, I'm one of those people. I like talking. Some people, you know, I was joking with Dylan. I feel like Roper's been talked to after every single possible game he's possibly played in his high school career. And then some people just don't like being under a mic headset. And that's okay. I mean, you're obviously, there's a reason media training's the thing, you know, when you get to college.
Well, I enjoy this, and I enjoy, you know, all the numbers and everything, which helps me out.
Of course.
I enjoy hearing about all the numbers and how people are doing and statistics, and I mean, you know just about as much as anyone does. So
I appreciate it. You know, a lot of hard work goes into these streams, and it's really fun to put them on. And you know, I feel like it gets boring. You know, I feel like I just sit there and talk and about just random stuff. You know, eventually it gets boring. Mm-hmm. But of course, you know, I think I was doing lacrosse, and I was like, why are you talking about the Olympics? And I'm like, well, it's JV lacrosse.
Yeah.
I'm like, your brother was wrestling, I think, for a state championship that day. And I was like, well, it's, you know, you run out of things to say eventually. And for baseball, it's the easiest way you can get stats. And,
yeah.
You know.
Well, and it's a long game, and especially you might not have a ton of action. You got to find a way to fill up the time.
Absolutely. James Navy, the courtesy runner at first, representing the tying run of this game. Two teams top 15 in the state. Prep baseball, I don't know how much y'all look at that. Prep baseball released their top 25 poll yesterday.
I saw that.
I think we were number 8.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've gotten as high as 5 and as low as, we started about 23. I thought it was a little low. I thought they gave us an unfair criticism of, they're like, well, they lost in they didn't do well in the playoffs last year. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with this year's team.
Well, and you know, I think we try not to think too much into that. Obviously, you know, we know who we are, and I'm sure all these teams do the same thing. But it is definitely nice to have a little bit of little praise thrown your way. So I think it was awesome to see. We went down and we showed everyone who we could, how we could play. We went down to Georgetown, and they bumped us up for it. So
absolutely, and of course the number 1 team in 4A we actually really haven't even talked about at all, and I won't think we will for a while. Well, since we're upper state, we'll have to play them eventually. But Fountain Inn,
yeah,
the Fury have come on strong, and a team that we played a couple weeks ago, kind of like in a kind of throwing game. Great Collegiate now really
Yes.
making themselves known in the polls.
Well, I remember we played them and they threw,
Sox.
and he was lights out. I mean, the 2 runs we scored, we had to manufacture, like we were talking about earlier. But I think they're a tough team to play just because they've got good pitching and they play defense behind them.
Yeah, the Airport actually lost to Great Collegiate. They're both in the same region. They'll be probably playing in the playoffs eventually as well. I feel like the upper states, unfortunately for us, Sam, hold a lot harder than the lower state. This year.
But at the same time,
Get it. Now, let's get back ahead.
it'll be good. You'll get tested throughout the whole thing. You won't have to.
Get it.
I think that's a tough thing sometimes in the playoffs is that first round is such a mixed bag of teams. You might face a team that has a guy that's throwing mid-upper 70s, low 80s, and then you get a team that is really, really good, and you get their number 1 guy, and he's, upper 80s, low 90s. So I think the 4A this year is very, very competitive.
I think going into it, it looked like the most wide open race on paper, and I think it's proven that. Swung on and missed. Carter Nash goes down swinging for the second time today, and it's out number 1. Hewitt's 4th strikeout. But you look at that wide open. You get Upper State, you get Seneca. We're gonna get, eventually theoretically we're gonna play at least one or most of these teams. Seneca, Fountain Inn. We're gonna probably get. I'm trying to think. There's one other team. There's one other team I'm thinking of. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But you get all these teams, and you're going to see a lot of them. A lot of great talent up in the Upper State.
Yeah.
Of course, Airport and Great Collegiate, Lower State, same region. But we got to make a deep run this year. That's the goal, right?
Definitely.
Popped into the air left side. Well, the goal is a little higher than that, but there's a long way to get there. And
Yep.
I'm sure day 1 you'll be out there getting ready to go, probably for this game number 2 of our playoffs.
Yeah, and I think we've struggled getting out that first round. So I think our mindset is really just win this game each day. And I think that's helped us with that energy piece, thinking that each game is the game that we need to win and not worrying so much about the next day.
It's a great mindset to have. It's easy to look ahead, but it's hard, but it's hard to stay in that moment, and I feel like that's something that we've done really well so far this year, staying in the moment.
I agree.
And I feel like, again, I was talking about the IP Classic. Y'all stayed in the moment really well. Y'all took each day by 1, and, of course, we got to Dorman. That ball down to first base. Glove by Norton. Steps on the bag. Over to second. The tag is in time. The 3-6 double play. River Bluff 3 outs away from sealing it. Can they get some insurance? We'll find out in the 7th. Welcome back to Falcon Field. Another great game in store for you. 6-5 lead for River Bluff. Can they add to that one-run advantage? Look at the heart of the order. 4-5-6. It's Godwin up, who lines one through the left side of the infield for a base knock. Brock is going to run that down quickly to hold Godwin at 1.
That's the thing they've done really, really well is they've gotten the first guy of the inning on consistently. They put pressure on these guys every inning.
Yes, this is now, to your credit, Sam, this is the 5th out of 7th innings they have the first runner on.
See, and as a pitcher, that's tough because obviously you're probably more comfortable out the windup or without a runner on. You can take your time, no worry about someone stealing a bag. But
a lot of Falcons here. They got cleanup duty after game 1. Is now bunting. That ball's in the air, and that's going to be an out, yes. Well, that was how Miller lost yesterday.
Yes, I saw that.
Pop out to the catcher for out number 1. Don't have enough headsets for everyone to join me at once. Jeff needs to invest in more. Well, 1 away now, top 7. Mac Rains up, who has delivered one of the 2 sacrifice bunts to help River Bluff got the lead in this 5th. He's also singled today. You know, River Bluff facing them, they're just a solid team who don't make mistakes. How hard is that for a pitcher, for a team that doesn't extend out of the zone, a team that doesn't make mistakes on the base pass?
Well, I think they do a really good job of extending at bats and running up pitch counts. Obviously, I mean, they faced a really good arm early in the game, but they were able to get him out of the game. Relatively early. That's a good swing.
Yeah, that ball was shot down the third base line, just foul.
But it just forces you to throw a ton of strikes, and I think, especially if you don't have your best stuff that day, they'll take advantage. With these runners on, they get a guy on, and then they're able to do some good small ball.
Exactly. The first bunt that was really unsuccessful today for River Bluff. Puts 1 out now. 1-1 count. Pick off at first. That one not in time as Godwin's already stolen a bag today. He stole him back in the 2nd, but was left there. That was early in the game when Dorman looked like they were about to jump out. River Bluff responded and is taking the lead. They're looking for their 12th win of the season. 11-3. Dorman 14-2. They have not lost back-to-back games all season. Runner goes, the 1-1. That one's golfed into left center field. Kimbrell's going to get a read towards the wall as he backs up onto the track and makes the one-handed grab.
I think another thing this year is the wind is carrying the balls this year. Normally, I think it plays a little bit bigger than what the field really is. The wind doesn't really help, but, I mean, there's been some balls hit that were hit obviously really well, but just kept going.
There's been a couple balls I've noticed. It feels like it's really weird. Like, there's been a couple balls that die towards the warning track that I'm like, wow, I thought that was getting out. Like, there was one, I think, yesterday where I thought George hit a homer off of us, and that just went to the corner.
Yes.
And then there's one, I called a homer on the stream. I was like, and Jeff's like, nope, it's a double. I'm like, where did that not go over? I guess I saw it disappear into the shadows.
Yeah.
But there's a couple balls where I'm just like, that's off the end of the bat, and just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. And I'm like, that wind, I feel like it's not bad field level, but in the air, it's moving. Bunt, runner goes, throw down the 2nd. Not in time. Walker Godwin only stole 1 bag coming into today, has now stolen 2 this now early afternoon. That's a big insurance runner over at 2nd.
Yeah.
As Sam put on stream earlier today. No lead is safe in this tournament. We've seen a 4-run lead extinguish in 1 inning today. We saw a 3-run lead extinguish yesterday in 1 inning as well. Of course, our Falcons did the same thing again yesterday.
Yeah.
Another 4-run lead extinguished. Dorman was down by 9, put 5 up on Robertson before they fell 6-10. The only lead that wasn't extinguished was the 1-0 game that Liam Robertson and Eberhardt pitched for Indian Land.
But even that one, they had a chance. In the last inning, they were, I mean, get the bunt down, it's a tie game.
I feel like every game's come down to the 7th inning today, and yesterday as well. It's Ashley Powell up in his 3rd appearance. I was talking to him over the summer. I don't know if you've heard me talk about this tidbit. And he told me, I said, what was the hardest part about facing you? He said, your arm angle. What works with the overhand arm angle for you?
I think it's just a little bit different. I've always kind of thrown from a little bit higher area, but I think it just makes it tough to pick up.
He said that was exactly what he said. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Ground out to Palmer Hornick. Dorman needs 1 to tie, 2 to win it. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Can the Cavaliers find a way to find a win? We'll find out.
States.
Here we go. Bottom of the 7th is Sam McCutcheon-Ass. We're at the top of the Dorman lineup. This has been a Dorman lineup that when they've led off with the leadoff man in the first and the third, they've scored multiple runs. They trailed by 1 at 6-5. Can we have another walk-off here at Falcon Field? We've had 2 yesterday. First pitch to States Farther Coastal Carolina. Can make grounds. A hard one to second over the glove of Wilkerson and a diving attempt. And the tying runs aboard.
See, again, leadoff runners on. This is where rallies happen. And for them, all they need is to get him to second. And 2 ground balls will do a job and score him.
Yeah, Banks Alexander has not been as sharpest on throwdowns the second so far this tournament. States Far's got 7 stolen bags. I would imagine, Sam, he may be in motion early.
I was about to say I'm interested because I know he's got a really good arm. He's got a good pop time. I'd be interested if they try to go earlier, if they're going to try to cover him up with some kind of swing.
Thompson's put down a sacrifice button. Hewitt, he has a great pickoff.
I was about to say he's got a good move too, so you never know.
Yeah, so a lot to put in here, as you know, we're talking about as well. Thompson has a sacrifice bunt today already. He had one yesterday as well. He can lay one down with Homer Hornick waiting on deck. He puts one down to the right side. That's going to be a hard play to make. Norton fields it. The cover to first is in time from Wilkerson. Great defense from River Bluff, but the tying run moves into scoring position.
Now here, the States can run, so a single here probably scores them.
Now, Sam, if you know, you're not Coach Hallett, but would you put Palmer on here, the winning run, or how would you play Hornick?
I think you have to wait and see these first couple of pitches, because if you're able to get ahead in the count, or maybe he expands and gets early out, then obviously you don't want to put him on. But I think if he gets to 2-0, 3-0, it might be worth to just send him over there.
The first pitch, that one stroked into right center field.
That's going to tie him.
That's going to tie this game. Yeah, off the wall.
Wow.
Farr going to come around and stand. A stand-up double for Palmer Hornick.
Well, maybe the right call was to walk him.
I mean, that was gorgeous from Palmer Hornick. We are tied at 6. Still only 1 out in the winning run. Now at second, Hornick switches with Farr.
Now, I'm going to say it again. I think a single probably scores him. I'm sure they're going to be aggressive.
Yeah, no, this offense is light years ahead, and Braylon Dean's had a day already. He's reached base 3 times.
Oh, wow.
He's had a homer, a single, and a double. And right on cue, Coach Bonnett's not going to pitch to him. He will get the intentional base on balls here. Well,
How's the catcher done today?
Davis has not done as hot as his counterpart over at first.
Okay.
He struck out twice and grounded out once.
Well, they might be looking. I don't know how well he runs, but you might be looking for a double play here.
I would assume not as well. Most not to stereotype, but most catchers don't run exactly.
No, definitely.
Most catchers are not the fastest people on the base pass.
Well, and I know Hewitt's fastball looks to have a little bit of sink to it, so they might be trying to see if they can't get him to roll over here. Infield's playing deep, so they're looking for it.
Yeah, there's your insight from the pitcher himself. First pitch to the right-hander. Fastball wide, called strike 1, hits the outside part of the plate.
Good spot.
Well, River Bluff has already been in this situation once. They were able to force it to go to 8 after Airport tied it yesterday. Can they do the same thing today? They've played in 2 of the closest games in the tournament so far. Can Dorman find a way to walk them off? The 0-1. Fastball wide. So that was the same spot.
I was about to say that's the same pitch right there.
Is that annoying for you as a pitcher when that happens? You feel like you threw the same pitch and it's a different call?
Yeah, I think that's more frustrating than it consistently being a ball, because you never know, but that's still a good spot. You can work with that. You just got to hope he gives you that call when you really need it.
We'll see. I mean, this will be a big pitch, the 1-1. Fastball that's flared over to the right side of the
Over his
infield.
head?
That is gonna,
oh, my gosh.
This could be an out, though. The cover at second is low and in time. A force out at
pick.
second. Wow. So a fielder's choice, the always easy 4 to 6 put out over in the right field.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Yeah, you don't see it a lot. Winning run now 90 feet away, but there is 2 away now, and this may be all. I'm curious to see if they keep Hewitt in. They've been warming up Leo Zambrano a lot so far today. I'll put some music on in the background. Runners at the corners with 2 away. And of course, Austin Rath, who's come up today. Rath is 0 for 3 as well.
Well, you never know. The guy on third, he
Palmer,
can do a lot.
And you know, I think I've said a lot on second, and I don't know if you see it. You know, you were on the IP Classic with him as well. Palmer Hornick is very active, even when he's not running. He's very active in the sense of, yes, He's moving around. He wants the pitcher to look at him, and now Hewitt is a right-hander. He'll be looking right at him.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's necessarily going to do anything for him, but I mean, I would not be surprised if they try to squeeze him in here.
Even with 2 outs?
Mm-hmm. Look how, I mean,
Look, yeah, right. Look how deep they're playing.
third baseman is playing really deep, and I'm pretty sure this kid can move pretty good.
Well, Rath.
But, you know, it's just my opinion.
He's hitting lefty. We'll see if you're right, Sam. Or let him swing away, and he'll
Doesn't
pop
look
that
like
one
it, no.
into center field. Powell has a read. Back to the
Oh,
wall.
my.
It's
Oh, my
carrying, and it
gosh.
is off the wall. And that will do it. I mean,
We were just talking about it.
that ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Hits high off the center field wall, and Austin Rath is the hero. A 7-6 win is River Bluff 2 heartbreakers here at the Forest Acres Classic.
Wow.
I mean, that didn't look that well struck, did
I
it?
thought that was like mid outfield. I didn't think that was getting anywhere close to the wall.
Didn't either, and that, we've seen a couple of balls like that go today. You said it earlier this game. That's the best part about announcing. I mean, just you talk about it earlier, and then you have something like that where you speak it into existence. Dorman comes from behind and walks off the Gators in 7. They win at 7-6 as River Bluff, their second straight heartbreaker here at the Classic.
But they gotta be happy with it. I know they got the loss, but come back down 4-5-1. Yeah, so that's what I was just saying. We were just saying that Dylan said it looks like a pop-up.
I mean, it looked like, Dylan Hernandez looked like a pop-up. I mean, I think Monty was saying behind everyone that looked like a routine play in center, and of course, it ended where Ashley Powell had no chance. Well, you're on cleanup duty, Sam. Next game slated to start at 1 o'clock. It's about a 30-minute time. We'll see you then.
Yes, sir.